I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now, your mama knows.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What are you, fucking nuts? You thought...
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week, daily videos. Subscribe. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.
And now, your mama knows.
Welcome to Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment, where everything is in real life, no characters, no filters, just Anthony L. Lewis. What to expect is me meeting people, going to different places, and checking out a bunch of different things, be it movies, restaurants, or anything else. Oh, and one of my favorite hobbies are video games, so I guess we'll be doing some of that too. Well, I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to some more people so they can get in on this Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment.
And now, your mama knows. And now, your mama knows.
What's going on, guys? It's the Cowboy King of Entertainment, and I'm back with another video and another live stream. And this is nothing less than epic because today I not only get the body to switch to, but I get the body Purple Haze. Now, make no mistake. Let me move this out the way. Make no mistake. Purple Haze is a good friend of mine. Purple Haze is someone I respect. Purple Haze is someone that I truly admire. So it's only one thing for you guys to know. If what I'm going to do to her today, and she being somebody I like, just make sure you're not someone the Cowboy doesn't like, because this will get ugly. But today, I'm gonna make her famous. Now, I would have thought I already bodied her over the weekend when I put out my video about her defending the $80 prices. I would have thought for sure she would have said, you know what, Cowboy, you got me red-handed. You always get your man. Here's my hands, handcuff me, and just throw me in the back of throw me on a horse and ride off. I was trying to, figure that. Anyway, but did she do that? No. She had to be tough. She had to run her mouth, and she had to go put out a wanted poster for the Cowboy. Now I got every Nintendo freak coming at me because she made the Cowboy wanted. Newsflash, Purple Haze, the Cowboy King of Entertainment has always been a wanted man. Because I say whatever I want to whoever I want, including you. Now I got to give out some general shout outs. Shout out to my guy, Vet Rage Gaming. He's been trying to get me a little irritated for a while now to bring out the old Cowboy. So shout out to him because he's been in my ear. You need to be on Cowboy. You need to be on Cowboy. You can't let people say stuff. You can't just look the other way. You just can't be the good guy. So here we are. Got to give a shout out to the pool people that came to my house this weekend. Pinch a penny. Man, they have my pool looking good. And this Sunday, I was able to swim in my pool for the first time. And so that was really cool. My birthday is this Sunday. Not sure if we're going to be able to do a birthday stream. I'll see if I can. It all depends on what my wife had planned for me. But this Sunday, I should be able to wake up and jump in my pool on my birthday for the first time. Because I always lived in New Jersey. And in April, it's cold as hell. Well, it's not pool weather. So shout outs to them as well. Shout out to my uncle who lives in Jamaica. He just notified me. I mean, I heard about this, but I never really talked to him about it. But my grandma's house, my grandma passed away back in 2015. But my grandma's house, and she's the woman on my shirt in the Now Your Mama Knows logos. My grandma's home from Jamaica burned down about a month or two ago. So he was telling me about it. So I'm going to put up a GoFundMe for my uncle in Jamaica. You guys could, donate if you want. But I told him I will put it up. He asked me if I could. Shout out to Purple Haze. She's a cool person. And shout out for her for just, wanting to come on the show if she can. She said if work will allow her, because she might be busy. So I personally think she need to just submit her doctor's note that she can't make it, and we'll be good. But shout out to Purple Haze as well. And shout out to all of you epic people that showed up to see the showdown go down, because it's going to be the low down. I'm going to show out to the hoe down, because I go round. You about to see she's going to be a clown. So shout out to you epic people for showing up. And if you're new to the channel, I'm the Cowboy King of Entertainment, and I am here to facilitate entertainment. So my channel is mainly vlogging, kind of, sort of, because I put out one daily vlog a day. I try to make it at least 5 minutes or under. Sometimes if it's over, hey, I couldn't help it. If you're a channel member, you can see a bunch of them. Whenever I make a bunch of them, you can see them first. What else? Tuesdays, we do this little show called Keeping It Real with the Cowboy, where we pretty much debate whatever. If you're in the audience, we'll debate with you. If you got a topic you want to debate, we'll debate that too. So nothing is off the table, but I am the judge, jury, and executioner, and what I say goes. So if we're not going to get into something that's kind of crazy, it's because I said so. So if you want to make that clear. So sometimes I might have to pull everybody off just to talk to somebody in the comments, because everyone matters, from the comments to the people on the panel. And then on Wednesdays, I have this little thing called We Wrestle Wednesdays that's been going every single week for over 2 years. And it's my wrestling league. And so we play all the WWE 2K games. And then let me back up a little bit. Also, what I've been doing is playing Monster Hunter Wilds after the show. So usually after the show, I take a little break, maybe 20 minutes, and I come back on, and then I just play with the community. So if you play Monster Hunter Wilds, come join me. So with that being said, every now and then my wife will play certain games too. Matter of fact, if you're an adult, this Thursday, probably like 9 p.m., we're going to bring back the adult show, Dirty Minds, and we're going to be playing Jackbox, the dirty version. So if you're an adult, show up to the show. Anybody's allowed to play. You don't need any consoles or anything. You can actually play on your phone or a PC or whatever. So with that being said, guys, I've been talking for too damn long, and we need to get into this show. So before we do that, let me get a quick pump. Okay, I shouldn't have did that. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. Now, let me just bring some of these. So I'm ready for purple. You know what I'm saying? Man, I wish Dark looked as good as me. Just saying. You know? All right. Now, with that being said, let's start this effing show. So I'm going to grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair, and we're going to get into it. All right. Now, just so you guys know, anybody is allowed to come on the show. I'm going to send a link in the chat. You guys click on the link, and bam, I'll pull you right in, and you'll be a part of the show. So with that being said, got to go to the comments and see what you guys are chatting about. So Michael Penn is in the building. I call you a cowboy. Vet, oh, you shouldn't have. Let's effing go. This show is going to be epic. Hey, Vet, I thank you very much, guys. Let's give a credit to Vet. I mean, he's been trying to change me, but thank you for the 5 spot. Thank you, Vet. Thank you, Vet. All right, that's enough of it. All right. FCAT is in the building, and he's posting up some emojis. Guys, I got custom emojis as well. Click on them. What I like to do is make some of the channel members emojis. So check out some of the emojis. I said, damn, I missed the intro. About time we got the cowboy back. I'm coming, Vet. The king has returned. Yo, what's going on, man? Say, what up, man? I have to say, I will be getting the Nintendo Switch. Listen, man, no offense against the Switch and the people who like the Switch. You know, me and Purple, we're going to get into it. But, bro, go out and get the Switch, man. Listen, if your wallet says you could afford the Switch, then you get the goddamn Switch. Don't let me say what's what, because truth is, I might be buying one for my wife. I'm just saying. She wants one. Let me see. Switch 2 dead on arrival. Yes. Yo, what's going on? ISO Motion Gaming in the building. Yo, thanks for popping in, ISO. Let me see. Cowboy knows it. Vet knows it. Doc and Perp need to acknowledge Vet and the Cowboy. Actually, Doc turned on the Switch too. So, yo, my man, Rue Diggs in the building. Swag surfing, the coolest guy. Captain Canada himself. What's up? Ron Slusher in the building. He need the link. All right, I got you, Ron. The king has returned. LFG, let's go. Purple Haze and Doc Dark need to acknowledge the Cowboy and Vet. Hey, Vet, we're going to tell them and let them know. Got to be honest, and Cowboy is leading right now. We'll see how the combos go. Now, yeah, I mean, honestly, she shouldn't even come on. She shouldn't even come on. I'm going to be honest. Purple is very smart. She's very articulate. She knows her stuff. But you know what she don't know? She don't know a damn thing about gaming. She'd been missing in action for too damn long, all right? So she jumped back into gaming, tried to come back to where gaming was, but you know the problem is? She jumped back into gaming with cloud gaming. And the problem with cloud gamers, most cloud gamers, don't take this offense because I was a cloud gamer myself, but most cloud gamers either been out of gaming and came back. Most cloud gamers either lost their love for gaming and came back for whatever reason. Most cloud gamers never really upgraded to the newer stuff because it was too expensive. Cloud gamers tend to be people who kind of want things a little bit cheap. So they kind of missed out on the consoles and the PCs, and they kind of skipped and found out what else is going on in gaming. So when you come to gaming with your mindset of a cloud gamer like myself, when I stopped playing PlayStation and Xbox and I went to Stadia for like 2.5 years, right? When the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X came out, I didn't get them. So I got them 2 years later, or the PlayStation 5. So it's still stuff on the PlayStation 5 like how to do it. My boy Obi Rose, he used to be like, bro, you need to learn out how to work the chat and all that. I was like, I don't know. Why? Because I was wasting time. Sorry, I wasn't wasting time on cloud gaming because I loved it. And if Stadia was still around, I probably still have a Stadia account. I'll say that. Anyways. So Vet says Switch 2 and those $80 plus games dead on arrival. Switch 2 won't be dead on arrival. ISO said. Ron said the network that makes your neck hurt. Hey, bro, I forgot about that. Hey, Ron, you pulling out some of my old stuff. You know what I mean? It's the network that make your neck hurt because your neck work. Yo, Ron, man, thank you very much. I tried to leave the cowboy alone, but y'all wouldn't let me. All right, overpriced hardware, overpriced games. Nintendo has just accepted that they have to play sheep and be like everyone else. You know what? I won't say the hardware is overpriced because I think at $500, let me get this right. This is what I say. To have a handheld console with PlayStation 4 graphics for $500 is probably decent, right? Because you figure the Steam Deck and all the other stuff are more expensive. And now I don't know how much better they are than the Switch 2, but the Switch 2 pretty much will be on par with a PlayStation 4. So to walk around with a PlayStation 4 graphics, I think 500 might be good, right? Or 450, right? I think that might be reasonable. LOL, I'm about to work out in 30 minutes too. Let's go, ISO, let's go. And now your mom knows that cloud can't compete. Doc Dark's in the middle. Where's Purple? Hey, Doc, if Purple was smart, she just wouldn't be here. All right. No, I did talk to Purple, Doc with the onions. I did talk to Purple, and Purple said she get off work around 6, but she did say that if she's able to show up because, but trust me, Purple isn't showing up. All right. I could promise you one thing. Purple Haze is not showing up today. Trust and believe. There is no way she's going to show up after I bodied her. All right. Purple too scared to show up. Exactly, Vet. She's not showing up. If you get a Switch 2, you are a sucker. Hey, man, listen, my wife wants one, man. LOL. Nintendo is a joke. Captain Canada here to save the day. I mean, I've been hating on the Switch I've been hating on Nintendo for a while, since the GameCube. They let me down since the GameCube. But I think it's still good for people who want it, right? I'll steal something. You know, it doesn't matter where you play. It doesn't matter what you play. As long as you're playing, you're good with me. So honestly, I mean, you know what? If you like it and you could afford it, or you could beat some old lady over the head and take her, her purse so you could, afford a Switch 2 game, so be it. I mean, who am I to stop you? Just don't do it to my grandma. Well, my grandma died. So anyway, don't go to the afterlife and beat my grandma in the head and take her stuff, man. Don't do that. Yo, $80 games. I can't listen. What's next? $20 eggs, right? What if the gas get higher? $500 is overpriced. I think $500 might be okay for a portable PlayStation 5. Portable PlayStation 4. In my head, I think that's probably reasonable. 500 listen. Hold up. 500 listen when PS consoles go to $900. I quit gaming. I'll never quit gaming. I'll just follow with the trends. Listen, if Nintendo was the only company out, I'll be buying a damn Switch too. I love gaming, but we have options, so it's up to you to pick what you feel is good for you. Nah, not worth $80. Let's go. Dodge Man has chimed in. Team Purple here. She gonna show up and put bro. She texted me and said she's not coming. I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you guys, but Purple texted me and said she's not coming. So for all you guys who are waiting to see Purple Haze, she's not gonna be here today, unfortunately. You funny, Obi. Ain't no why the counter switch to overpricing. Ain't no way. Sorry. Listen, I'm gonna go to Afterlife and convert G-Mom to the Purple team. She might listen. My grandma would have loved Purple. All right. So all I know is Purple wrote me and said she's not coming, and that's it. So we're gonna continue the show. All you guys came to support Purple. Just leave now because she's not here. Okay. All right, who am I kidding? You guys know Purple Haze would never, ever miss a chance to redeem herself, all right? Because Purple is a little bit of a narcissistic character, right? Purple needs to be in the spotlight. Purple want to make sure she can control the narrative that she isn't a bottom feeder with the rest of you Nintendo Switch people. So I know Purple's going to show up today. So without further ado, I at least want my guests to come on in and let them know why the Switch 2 is trash. So bringing them none other than my man F-Cat is in the building. Oh, you thought I was going to say Purple Haze? Is that what y'all thought? F-Cat, what's up? Hey, F-Cat, you think Purple Haze what?
We got her in the back.
Nah, she ain't in the back. Nah, Purple's scared. She texted me and said she's not showing up. So what's up, man? Talk to me.
I was here because I wanted to know what we're starting with. Are we starting with Switch 2 or and we lead up to Switch 2?
We might as well. The people are here for Switch 2. So we might as well rock this thing off with Switch 2. So hold up for 1 minute, F-Cat. Guys, coming in. All the way from Texas. Wait, my bad. All the way from New York. Wait, my bad. All the way from Texas. Wait, my bad. Hey, listen, I don't know where she claiming this week. Are you from Texas? Are you from New York? Do you rep New York? Do you rep Texas? I don't know. But coming all the way from north and south is none other than the person who will put you in your seat time and time again if you debate her about law. Not about video games, but Purple Haze is none other than a person I admire. She came all the way from her home, probably just right down the street, to meet us at New York. Surprised me. And Purple is so cool. She don't know how to tip well, but she paid for it. All right, let me stop, building her up because I'm about to put her down. So coming out without further introduction, without further ado, is none other than my people's, my homegirl that live in the state that I was born in, but from Texas, is Purple Haze. You should have seen the look on y'all faces. You thought Purple was really showing up after I bodied her? Purple Haze won't be seen anywhere around the Cowboy King of Entertainment because she knows that I would dust her any day in a debate. All right, fine. So without further introductions, let me bring in none other than Purple Haze. Let's go.
You hear that? That little clippity-clap clap off in the distance? That's not the cavalry coming. Oh, no. That's the sound of a pony galloping to the slaughterhouse. You see, I've been hearing whispers in the wind of this young, broad-eyed, bushy-tailed newcomer to the gaming space that they call the Cowboy. They say, oh, Purple, he has spirit. They say, oh, Purple, he has heart. They say, Purple, he gallops with all the pride in the land. But let's make something crystal clear. Spirit can't save you. Heart can't help you. And pride, well, pride's meant to be broken. This isn't the pasture, sugar cube. You might be the fastest filly in your hometown rodeo. But this here's my barn. And I don't raise ponies. I break them. So cowboy, why don't you come on down that ramp? Do your little trotting, your little dancing, your little prancing, your little punches and your little kicks. Give us an oh man if you want to. But when that bell rings, cowboy, the whole world is gonna see me take you on out back. And we're all gonna see just how loud a pony can scream.
All right, I'm a little scared. You know what, Purple? Man, you came with the fire, but hey, yo, you bringing weapons to the show? Like, what we doing now? So Purple, before we get a chance to see each other eye to eye, I just want to say, guys, give it up for none other than Purple Haze. That was epic. Let's go. You know what? I've underestimated her. I didn't think she was coming like that. I thought she was gonna claim that she was still at work. Hey, wait, what, how we know that was real? That could have been like via satellite, you know? Like that could have been recorded. Maybe that's not the real Purple is here, right? But man, all right, let me go to the comments real quick so you guys don't get too far ahead of me. So we got a bunch of people in the comments. Let's see. Doc talking about popcorn. Vet wants the link. Obi is laughing. ISO got the popcorn. Vet's booing. Doc's laughing. We got Vet booing. We got people laughing. Like this is nothing less than epic. And man, I didn't think Purple was gonna come in there like that. I mean, I love entertainment, and you know, she got the props and all that. Like, all right, so I'm a little afraid now. All right, so Purple, about to bring you on. Dan, you put the hat on and there. Oh man. All right. Purple, what's going on?
Evening.
So are you from Texas or New York? I'm just
I'm here to kick your ass. Don't matter where I'm from.
I mean, I'm a little caught up a little bit. Well, could we bring F-Cat on?
Hey, you a dead man today. You do whatever you want to do.
Well,
do you,
right,
bro?
Let me ask you this, Purple, if that is your real name. Should we start with this head-to-head Nintendo Switch debacle? Or should we let F-Cat come on with his, you know, he always got some stuff, you know, in his pants pocket?
I told you you're going to need more than backup. F-Cat's one of them. You might as well get the rest of them. Let's get it.
F-Cat's not even... All right, hold on. I'm about to drop the link. Let you guys join. So to join the show. Also, there is a poll. And let's take a look at the poll. The poll, it says, are Nintendo Switch games $80 prices worth it? And I know it's probably Purple with a bunch of accounts. And so 16 votes, 50% says yes, and 50% says no. Purple, what's your thoughts on that?
You know, I'm just going to say, if you're going to buy it, you got to buy it. You can do it in a bundle and get it for 50. You know, last week we were talking 90. Now we're saying 80. And now we're going to be talking 50. So, like, I don't know. You know, I don't deal in hypotheticals.
I personally never said, never said 90, because I never seen 90 anywhere. So I never quoted that. Me personally.
Yeah, you see that? He's already backing down. He's already trying to say, hey, I didn't say that. Hey, too late now. You too late.
No, you know, in my videos, you never seen that.
You stepped up in my barn, cowboy.
But Purple, I already got one counter for you. So you are messing with the Cowboy King of Entertainment, aka the King of Content.
Hey, cowgirl. Hey, cowgirl. Now listen here. I've been to many a rodeo and many a hoedown. And I know when a hoe about to go down at the rodeo. You hear me now?
Listen,
so, all right. You might as well get the rest of your little fellas here.
Listen, they coming, but I know a lot about hoes too. But check this out. See, you keep running around telling everybody, oh, you know, all you got to do is get the bundle. All you got to do is get the bundle. Well, just so you know, I like to know a little bit about what I'm talking about.
No, cowboy. You don't even have to get the bundle. What about the whole little game fly? You don't even buy games, cowboy. So why are you talking about an $80 game, cowboy?
I mean,
you don't even buy games.
I mean, I always.
You don't even
I always keep the game fly close.
Soccer ball to a soccer game you ain't been invited to, cowboy.
No, but what I'm saying, Purple, is here. Just
on a horse named Gamefly. Talking about some $80 game.
Purple, just can I?
He did WWE Platinum for $130 because he got some new suits, but he wants to make a big deal about $80. Come on, cowboy, you gonna need to do more. Might as well get him. I told you, cavalry ain't coming. The cavalry ain't coming, cowboy.
I already got my first counter for you. So, you know what?
Last time, so this the second one. Let's go. I'm keeping count. I know you can't count to 2 right now, but let's get with the first one. You already said it.
All right. What we're not gonna do is intimidate the Cowboy King of Entertainment. I run this damn show. Purple don't run my show. She don't. What are you looking at? What? She don't run my show. So this is what I'm talking about. All right. Now the Cowboy don't miss. Purple going, oh, you could just get the bundle. Well, what she failed to look is the fine print. And I always tell you guys, and I told her a couple of weeks ago, that the devil's in the details. And if you don't pay attention to the details, the devil will win. So you're running around here talking about, oh, just buy the, shut your mouth. Just buy the what? Buy the bundle? Well, how about this, Purple Haze? Everybody can just buy the bundle. But as you see, Exhibit A, in the fine print, it says limited time production through fall of 2025, available while supplies last. So don't make it like everybody's going to run around and get the bundle, Purple, because you're not. Because that bundle going to be gone, and you're going to be left with $80. But Lord help you, because that $80 going to hurt. So everybody ain't getting the bundle, Purple. I'm just saying, Exhibit A. But with that being said, F-Cat is back in the building. Vet Rage Game. Oh, he don't change. Oh, God.
Sorry.
Hold on. Give us some screen.
Uh-oh. Oh, what are we doing? Are we just watching me? I mean, that's cool. You can bring everybody back in. I want to hear what nonsense this wannabe cowgirl has to say.
So Vet Rage Game, and I just figure, man, you came in here, you got the hat. Can you just give a little something for the people, man?
What are we giving?
Just tell the people how you feel about the situation.
Oh, because Purple thinks she knows a thing or two? Look, she hopped on the bandwagon with Nintendo after coming on as a PlayStation gamer. I can't keep up with what console she's on. PlayStation this, Xbox next week. Today it's Nintendo. We all know that shit's overpriced. It's okay to admit it and just, bow down. Just accept your fate. Anybody that thinks that thing is not overpriced.
Hey, Vet, I just want to say
I can't help you.
I just want to say last week, Vet, JD said you did the same thing. That jumper from console to console.
JD, where's JD? JD went back to his ranch where he belongs. I put him back out in the pasture where he needs to stay. I use everything. I have always used everything. If you want me, I can go get my old logo. I can get the
I
old one.
believe you. I'm just saying what JD said. That's all. But look, let's bring everybody on, guys. In the comments,
Hey, look.
we're gonna have a good show. I'm gonna try the best I can to get to everybody comments. We got Windstar in the building. Listen, we're all in the building, but let's bring on FCAT. Sorry about that, FCAT, and Purple Haze is in the building. Now,
So I guess we're starting with Nintendo.
I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna start with the joke of the joke of the platforms.
all right, well, let's start. We're starting with
that
Nintendo then.
Pull me up, Cowboy.
All right, we're starting with Nintendo. Hey, wait. Before we start with Nintendo, hold on. Oh, wait, my bad.
Is Ron hopping on in here?
Man, Ron ain't jumping up in here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Before we start with Nintendo, so hey, Purple, but think about it. This is a good claim, though. They say, I mean, at the little small print, limited time production through fall of 2025. Available while supplies last. So we can't keep running around talking about.
Wait, now hold on, Cowboy. Now hold on. Now this is the man who told me. Well, Purple, I used to do the market research. I used to be in the marketing departments. But you can't see a market employee from a non-market employee. That's why they don't ask you to read the small print. That's why you don't get paid to read the small print, Cowboy, because you can't interpret the small print. That's called driving a sense of urgency. That's called driving a sense of demand. That's called saying what? That said, hey, that's a Nintendo Switch and we gonna give you a digital version of Mario Kart. They gonna run out a digital version of Mario Kart, Cowboy, do the North and South. No, I'm gonna do the East and West and say, hell no.
No,
I'm gonna say, hell no, Cowboy.
Purple, listen, what they're gonna run out of is losing $30.
No,
Because
Cowboy,
as you
what you about to run out of is
look.
because I'm gonna keep taking them. Taking them.
This is some funny shit.
No, but think about it, Purple. If they do $500 bundle, you know they're gonna lose $30, right? Because they could be 80, so they made it clear, like you ain't gonna get that $30 off forever. So yeah, they're not gonna run out of digital, but they're gonna run out of losing money. I'm just saying.
You know what else they're gonna run out of? Storage space.
They're gonna run out of storage space. They're gonna lose the money. Cowboy, you weren't talking about no money on that channel you did the other day. That little video, you were like, no one cares. I got your little one. They say no one cares. They say, I'm here to game, but now he's trying to go to the marketing, to the business, to everything else, because he don't have nothing. Let's go.
All I'm doing is just, I was just countering a claim.
So this is the thing I'm saying with the Switch, with the price range, okay? And this is logically, like, frankly speaking, the adults that are gonna buy this are gonna buy one as their main, like, family console under the TV thing. They're not gonna buy their kids this. This is way too expensive to buy the kids this.
Bro, it's only $500 or $450.
Hold up. I gotta counter that one, FCAT, because hold on. I have to counter you on that bullshit. But you're okay with parents buying a $500 PS5, right? Or a $700 PS Pro, 5 Pro? Come on now, get that. That's nonsense.
Oh yeah, I agree.
If you can buy, if I can go out and buy my, if I can buy my 8-year-old a $500 PlayStation 5, you're damn right that there are going to be parents out there buying them, wasting their money on that $500 Nintendo Switch.
The whole thing with the Switch 1 was the price range. And that's
it's
why.
not the price range of the console. The people was the price. I didn't hear anybody that had a problem with the price range of the console. I think the price range of the console is fine.
It's the games. It's the overpriced games. I understand tech makes prices go up. I get that, but the $80 for a game is.
Well, I will say this. Now, this might be bad, and Purple's gonna clip this. So, Purple, I'll do you one better, Purple. I want to. It's called keeping it real with the Cowboy. I just pulled myself out. So I'm going to do you one better, Purple. You might clip it if you want. I will say this. I'm not getting to the whole inflation thing, but we do know cartridges cost more than disc. So, even though I feel like the graphics might not compare to graphics that's been out for 5 years, it's still a cartridge. And that technology for that cartridge might be the reason why it's $80 versus what's on the cartridge, to be fair. Do I still think it's worth it? No, because I feel like the game, what you like, okay, let's say you get the Elden Ring game, right? On that cartridge. You already got an Elden Ring in your house that looks better. But to be fair, I'm pretty sure the price of that cartridge, and again, I don't know, maybe it costs a nickel. I don't know, but I know cartridges do cost more to make than, discs. So that might be where some of this money is coming from. And remember, not even making it, they got to mass produce it, they got to package it, they got, so I'm just trying to help a little bit, but I'm trying to be real, to be honest with you. All right.
Oh, come on now.
Purple, what would you say though? You think that could be some of that money because it's a cartridge?
Hey, you know what I say? You don't have to tell the truth only on Sundays, so amen to you, brother. Amen to you. I'm glad you actually see. You didn't even bring up inflation. Last time you were saying no one cares, Purple. Now you trying to give me a whole supply chain. You trying to tell me where they sourcing it from. You trying to tell me raw materials. You trying to tell me, well, it might be, but I'll take it. I'll take it. The truth does not wait. As long as the truth caught up with the lie, I am okay and I am saved, and so are you today. Thank you.
Praise Jesus. Oh, sorry, I thought I was at church. Sorry, I thought I was at church again.
Let's do the next one.
Look, I thought I was at church. Hallelujah.
All right, so look, Holtz is in the building. You know Holtz. So we got to give him some time, all right? So we got to give Holtz some time. So Holtz said, all right, he said, here the Switch 2 bundle with Mario Kart World was $430. Great British pounds would translate to 540 US dollars. He said, I pre-ordered 2 today, damn, and didn't flinch when I compare my other devices to the system. He said, why do console gamers speak about frames and resolution, then ignore that these consoles have been super sampled and super scaled for years? And so Ron said, my thing is
you're not gonna see it sell like hotcakes like everybody's making it out to be. This is like the PS5 Pro version of PS5. Like, it's not gonna fly off the shelves like that.
I mean, we think that, but we also don't know because. But here's the thing: you can't even really base it anywhere off of like pre-orders and shit like that. There are no pre-orders in the US.
It's the same price for PS5 as Series X.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. It's still Nintendo. That's the thing you have to realize. This is still Nintendo.
In the store with your kids, they're looking at the Switch 2. It's like $450.
But you want to know something?
S looking at you, $250, $300.
You cannot compare Xbox to Nintendo. You cannot sit there and willingly compare Xbox. I'm not talking about the price though. I'm talking about the systems. You can't sit there and tell me that, because if you took a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old that knows video games in today's time and said, how about we get you this Series S versus the Switch, they are going to backhand you and put you in your own place. Come on now. Don't even with that shit. Let's be real, because this is the same rhetoric we all heard when the Switch came out. And it's going to probably be the same end result. Even though it's $80, it's overpriced in my opinion for the games, whether it's a plastic cartridge or because it's just what inflation or whatever. It's still overpriced, but people will still spend and waste their money on that nonsense. Just like I've said with EA and Madden, that game is ridiculously garbage. It has been carbon copied for years, since 2005. But what happens year after year? Everybody buys the same shitty game with the updated rosters. It's going to be no different for Nintendo fans. You cannot disrespect.
Go ahead. Okay, still the show.
I'm just saying, everybody's got it like that. You know what I'm saying? To buy the Switch 2, but yeah, you can bring it back. You can bring everybody back.
I'm trying to give you a spotlight. So look, listen, this show is gonna work if we not. Listen, if we can't talk. If we go talking over each other, I'm just gonna have to, let each person get their spot. But listen, I think though, for me, I think that price isn't bad, right? So it's not like it's Steam Deck, right? Like Steam Deck is upper whatever it is, and the other handhelds, they're all more expensive than the Switch 2, right? So I feel like, now granted, Purple once tried to tell me that the Switch 2 graphics are better than some of the other ones, so I don't know about that. But because all I hear is they look like PlayStation 4 games, and they kind of look like PlayStation 4 games. But at the end of the day, I think to have a portable, like if you had somebody that made a portable PlayStation 4, they probably would sell it around that price, if not more, is what I'm thinking. Anyways, but FCAS, so what are we looking at here? So available June 5th, $79.99.
So it's 80 for the digital, 90 for the physical.
Where does it say 90 for the physical?
There's 90 for the physical for Mario Kart World.
No, where does it say that?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Purple, but I'm pretty sure.
You know, I don't get paid for these lessons.
Oh my god.
But the only place we've seen the physical copy land is at Best Buy. And if you go over to Best Buy and you go look at Mario Kart World, you're going to see that they got a little price down there that say $79.99. And then when you click on the little thing on Mario Kart World for $79.99 at the Best Buy store, what you're going to see is they're going to say category, and it's going to say physical. And that's the only thing that we know. That's the only thing that we know that says anything about a Mario Kart World in physical is from the little Best Buy store. And the little Best Buy store say $79.99. Now, I ain't never seen no $90. I ain't going to say no $90 don't exist, though. But what I'm going to say is, we ain't seen it. So yes, Cat, I ain't going to correct you today, but I am going to teach you a lesson or two.
Woo! All right, well, guys, real quick, I think it might be that time. So, guys, coming in, red hot, the man of the North. This guy, when he walks out, everything freezes up because he's from the Golden State. The Golden State. Well, it's not really. Anyway, this guy is from Canada, and he is the captain. Let's effing go.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me on. I don't appreciate you calling Canada a state, though, off the bat. We are our own country. But appreciate you having on. Let's talk Nintendo. Listen, I think they're exactly right to come from where they're coming from. They looked at their games and they said, our games are definitely worth a gold edition. They are definitely better than these gold edition people are putting out. So let's charge the exact same amount because that's where our games are at. And listen, they had people in a room devise these prices based on marketing data that none of us have seen. So I think where they're coming from is strategic, competitive, and will sell out.
Okay, hold on. You think a Nintendo game in 2025 is worth $80 and a PlayStation or Xbox Series X game is $10 cheaper, but the Nintendo game worth more? Please elaborate on that for me.
I mean, I think we are going to leave those prices behind. I think it's just going to keep going up and up.
I hear you, but what I'm asking you, Captain Canada, what I'm asking you is, if I could grab this microphone for a minute, Captain Canada, I'm asking you, do you believe a Nintendo Switch 2 game should cost more than a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X game? That's what I'm asking you.
Well, give me a PlayStation 5 game to compare it to. Am I right? We haven't seen anything from them all year. Listen, games today are so incomplete. It's hard to really compare against anything. Listen, Nintendo is putting out gold edition quality games. I think they know what they're worth and they're putting it out there. They've seen what other games are putting out there and offering.
Captain Canada. So these children,
they're doing it.
Captain Canada, these children looking games gold quality. What when you say gold quality? Because I'm just trying to understand. What does that mean? Please explain.
Well, we see games come out today, right? They always have their regular edition and then they have the gold edition, right? That collector's edition that always costs a little bit more, right?
I'm not familiar with a gold edition. I'm familiar with like the deluxe, where you get more content.
Deluxe gold, yeah, it's essentially that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Nintendo looked at all of their games and they said, "Well, our games are deluxe right off of the bat, and so that's where we're going to charge our stuff."
That you think they said Mario Kart is the hold on. So you think so? Wait, let me ask you this, because I don't know. I mean, we might have to get Purple on here that knows the most about this stuff, but she don't play it. You know what? Just all right, hold on. Let me do this real quick.
The damn.
The Brady Bunch. What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Rue? Where you been at?
Pretty busy. A lot of house stuff going on.
Yes.
Just finished my course today, so that was exciting. Couple of home inspections, and keeping busy. Lots of stuff happening.
Okay, so Anthony left, so this is what I guess who's taking the reins on this show now?
So what I said was Nintendo looked at their games and said, "We are deluxe games off the bat. We're not offering a deluxe game package, so let's just go out there and sell our games at that price point because we're worth it." And I completely understand that perspective.
I can't see you sitting here and willingly saying though that Nintendo games are worth more in value than PlayStation or Xbox games.
I'm sorry, PlayStation hasn't come out with anything this year, so I don't have anything to compare it to.
Okay, what about
I mean,
Xbox?
Mario does outsell anything.
Yeah,
Mario outsells
Xbox
anything.
comes out with half games, and I haven't seen anything from them that isn't on Game Pass. So it's hard to compare then again on price.
Oh, let's say use one that came out today, South of Midnight.
Yeah, I played in I'm in chapter 2. I think it's a very beautiful looking game. The story is pretty cool. I look forward to getting into it more. But otherwise it's on Game Pass, so it's very hard for me to compare that price point and that offering because it's a different offering strategy from Xbox.
That's because Xbox, how do I put this lightly? Xbox is about selling their software to everybody and making the most money out of everybody, which is what they do.
Best believe everybody, GTA 6 will probably be $80.
No.
FCAT, you didn't see it was leaked. The price was leaked by a Swiss retailer.
GTA 6 is gonna be $100.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be. There ain't no way in hell it'll be 80. It'll be $100.
120 USD was the leaked price for a GTA 6.
That doesn't surprise me because by the time that game comes out, it will already factored in the ungodly tariffs. Let's be real. If the game was made in China and getting imported over here, it'd be even more expensive considering we just slapped another. We put the tariffs up to what? I think another 34% on top of that. So I don't know what they're at.
If you're looking into sheer mechanics of the game, I mean, apparently they've spent $50 million and they've reused assets to build Mario Kart World, where Red Dead Redemption cost 500 million to build from the ground up, and they charge $60. So it's interesting, but they have their own market. They have a room full of people making these decisions for them. They know what they're worth. They know what people will pay for it. And I definitely think they'll be successful in it.
So here's what I'm getting. Okay. The Nintendo Switch 2, like first party stuff, that stuff's gonna run up to 60 frames, 4K, HDR, 1080, 120 HDR performance mode. I'm believing that's on the dot. But the third-party ports are just like regular ports. They're not built from the ground up. And we're seeing that right now. They did a test on Cyberpunk, and it's like 23 to 30 frames a second.
Now, you know it's going to be just using some glorified upscaling. Let's be real.
I
Sorry,
mean,
sorry about that, guys. I have yet to do my taxes because I'm like, who needs the money? But Purple need the money. But so my tax people was actually calling me, and I was like, oh, let me take this real quick. But anyway,
no, to finish my thought, I'm seeing people, compared to the Wii U. The Wii U third-party ports were like horrible versions of the game. Like they weren't the thing. Like the Call of Duty on Wii U wasn't the Call of Duty you got on.
But that's not that's not Nintendo's fault that the developers for that game couldn't port a properly released game.
Right.
Anything on the Wii U that was not optimized, that falls on the developer.
So once again, just like the Wii U, the Switch is going to be getting bad third-party ports.
So here's the thing. So the cool thing with the Switch 2, it will be more powerful. So at the end of the day, just don't expect, this is my point. Just don't expect to compare the graphics to what you already have in your home. So that's the only thing that bothers me. They're going to have an Elden Ring, and Mr. Rudix, Captain Canada, defending Nintendo, $80. He loves Elden Ring. You know damn well that Elden Ring, what's called tarnished.
He wants that dust blood too.
Hold on, listen. That Elden Ring tarnish gonna look tarnished. You know damn well. And you're gonna be like, yo, my Elden Ring I bought how many years ago looked way better than this. But at the end of the day, I think they're gonna be able to make a good product. I mean, I don't know. I think what happened with the Mortal Kombat 1, how it was just really messed up.
Hold on.
I'm willing to believe, because we've had PlayStation 4 games and Xbox One games, I'm willing to believe they're gonna say, okay, those games, like I even said it when PlayStation 5 came out, I was like, I don't think we need one yet. I'm willing to believe the Switch 2 games are going to look good for what they look. It's just that on a this will be the, when you be like, oh, PC people say, get a PC because it's going to look better, right? It is what it is. If you got a Switch, I feel like if you get Switch 2, you're going to be like, well, get a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X or S, and it could look better. That's, you know what I mean? But I don't think the hardware is going to be that underpowered unless they try to like put something on it that's above its specs, like the Mortal Kombat. But go ahead.
But here's the thing, though. The whole thing with like the Wii U and just where games are today, you got to remember that the Wii U didn't have that. The social media wasn't a thing as big as it was. It was a thing, but let's be real. It was not as big as it is today. Gamers didn't have as big of a voice and an impact on games when it comes to third party games. I don't see. I have to call bullshit when I see it, and I'm going to call it on FCATs saying that the third party games are going to come out on purposely looking underperformed or look like garbage for the Switch 2 just to make it look bad. I don't think that's going to happen because gamers have a bigger voice and a bigger say.
Correct.
Why would you do that in today's times? Why would you purposely make that game look like crap and then lose money on it on purpose?
Well, yes, I was going to tag in and say, yes, why would you do that to yourself? Because if you make the game look bad, then other companies or other consoles or PC might not want you to make another game for them, right? Like, look at what that one company, when they ported The Last of Us Part 1 to PC, everybody was like, why'd you even use them, right? You don't want that bad press. That would be, you shoot yourself in the foot. But hold up, Dr. Spaceman's in the building. Want to say what's up to him. I seen he put something in there. He said the GTA 6 has a production budget of approximately $2 billion. The latest top AAA Nintendo games cost approximately 50 million. Damn, a $2 billion. Well, see, I feel like, but that Grand Theft Auto 6 is Grand Theft Auto 6, right? We can't judge everything based off of that. Let me see.
But that's the reality where we're at though with it. Everything.
No, I get it, but I feel like
6.
GTA 6 is hopefully is worth what they're saying. The new Metroid game looks to be on par with mid-tier PS3, Xbox 360 games in terms of performance. And he
Ouch.
said Elden Ring during the presentation looked like it was running 12 frames. So listen, here's my thing. My truth is, I just want to keep it real. I'm not gonna look y'all in the face and overhype something or whatever. Y'all can do whatever you want. I'm gonna keep it real. I just personally, I don't know if it looked like it was running 12 frames per second, but that was pretty funny.
If it's running 12 frames per second, it's going to end up the way of Concord.
Damn. No, it will.
I don't think that's the case. The Switch 2 came out with their specs, and it's more powerful than a Steam Deck without DLSS. So I wouldn't underestimate the handheld device. They went a long way with Switch 1, and I think they're going to go a long way with Switch 2. Cyberpunk looked fantastic when they showed that off, and I thought Elden Ring looked great. I mean, the part that I laughed at was when they did their screen share and it was 15 frames a second.
Yeah,
other
that
than
was
that,
horrid.
So just to make sure,
just
to make sure I slapped Purple around today, I actually was watching that before I came on the show. And I did see that because I didn't watch it. So I made sure I watched it. And I did see that part. And I literally said to my wife, I was like, and she's looking forward to this thing. So by the way, so we might have one in my household. We'll see. But she keeps saying Mother's Day gift. But my thing was, I was thinking like, damn, why wouldn't Nintendo show that live? Because it was really pixelated and it did look pretty bad. But maybe that's the reality. Like, look, what do you like? What you think you're gonna get out of this? So it's handheld, and I think that's what I do give it credit for. It's still at the end of the day is handheld. Now, I never got only thing I owned is a PS Portal, which is only made for streaming, remote play and cloud, right? So I don't know about the Steam Decks and the Lenovo Go and all that stuff if they could do what Switch showed. But at the end of the day, it still is. I give it credit because it still is a device you're walking around with, being able to do this stuff. You know what I mean? So
no, my thing was everybody was pulling out the inflation calculator, like Reforged with Purple was pulling out the inflation calculator thing. And they were like, oh yeah, $60 in 2015 is $100 2025. And I was like, so if you kept the same $60.
Okay, you know Purple is here right now. I mean, you could just elaborate on that. You know what I'm saying?
100.
I mean, Purple is here. You're throwing her name out like she's not here. You know, Purple, you want to elaborate on that for us? For FCAT?
Cat. I couldn't hear FCAT. He was breaking up.
Oh, my bad. No, I was talking about the inflation calculator thing.
What about it?
No, how y'all say $60 back then is worth $100 now.
No, I said $60 back in 2017 is worth $78.29 now as of February 2025. What about it?
So if you had that in cash from back then and you kept it, so now it's worth that much.
What that's saying is
it's not like literal.
The buying power, if $60 inflation wise, if you did not have it in an inflation protected thing, so if you had just put it in a banking account that matches inflation, it would be worth $78 now. If you just kept it in your hand, that's why they say don't hold cash in your hand, put it in something, invest it, put it in an inflation protected account or something. That's why they say do it. Because if you just stuffed it under your mattress, it would be worth less.
Oh, I got it.
Purple, thank you very much for breaking that down for FCAT. I know he was, struggling on it a little bit, but it was cool that you would be so nice and kind to help him out. So Dr. Spaceman, the link to join the show, man, if you want to come on here, you got some points. I feel like you got a vendetta against Nintendo. He said, for me, Nintendo just lost that golden status. I don't know if I feel like Nintendo lost the golden status. I just think that they're probably trying to set a trend, right? And the trend is going to be, this is time for the games to go up. So I got a couple things I want to mention. Let's not forget when Xbox 360 cost to play online and PlayStation was free. When PlayStation decided to say, you know what? everybody's saying how great the online is on Xbox. That's their counter. Well, we pay, well, you know, we would laugh and say, y'all guys pay for this. And they would say, well, it's better than yours because that's what we're paying for. So then, you know what? Sony said, okay, guess what? We're about to charge. All right. So then let's not forget the revolution of PlayStation having $70 games and Xbox games was only $60. And Xbox people was like, ha ha. And guess what? Microsoft said, well, if Sony games are $60 and PlayStation fans are still buying them, then our game's about to be $70, right? Oh, I think I just messed it up, but $70. So what I'm wondering, or not wondering, I think Nintendo's like, look, we're going to jump out there because as Purple said, if that is true, if that's how much a $60 game was in 2017, and
they have no competition.
Hold on, bro. Let me finish my thought, man. So
Yeah,
I
good.
think at the end of the day, Nintendo's like, bam, I don't know about y'all, but our games will now be $80. And again, I was working at Sears Funtronics department selling the 64 when it came out. And I remember there was games that was 89, there was games that was 79, there was games that 6. So they did have, so maybe, and I don't follow this Switch, so I don't know if Switch does that now, if all the games aren't the same price. But I do know Nintendo did do that. So I think this is what Nintendo's about to do. Now, is the rest of the world going to follow suit? That I don't know, but I'm willing to bet if you got people paying for a PS4 looking game higher than a PS5 game, then PS5 is probably going to say, well, now y'all about to pay, you know, the same price as that.
Wolverine's going to be $80, believe me.
Wolverine's going
To
to be $80.
that point, Cowboy, like the whole speak with your wallet thing. So the woke game people, everything's woke. They're gonna have to boycott these $80 games.
Well,
It's the only way that's gonna get the attention. That's the only way that's gonna get the attention of these corporations to drop the price.
I'm not getting the correlation of woke. Is money woke now? Is that a
Like,
thing?
no,
Is
I'm
$80
saying like
woke?
if you boycott the $80 game.
Okay, I got you. I mean, I think what's hard, and I'm gonna say this, some people are gonna get mad. I think Nintendo, and I'll stick to it, is primarily for children. So I think that parents are gonna buy their kids $80 games. It's just gonna happen, right? Christmas gonna come out. You're not gonna get the bundle as the slide I showed you. The bundle's gonna be non-existent, and you're gonna have to pay $80. And so Nintendo's gonna make money because these games are for kids. Now they're gonna make more games that's not for kids, which I applaud. But the problem is I'm gonna have stuff that's dinner time. Oh man. All right. So what we got here, guys? We got sorry for her rudely interrupting the show to bring me a hot dog with chili, corn on the cob, and a pickle. All right. Anyways, but no, I think Nintendo is. Here's what I think. I think those games are going to be selling, but the backlash, FCAT, what I think is going to come from is going to be the people who probably wasn't going to buy the Switch anyway, to be honest, because the internet, which you're going to complain anyway, right? I think the backlash, which is going to make them probably look bad, is the internet's going to get together as we do, and the negativity surrounding, as it is already, is going to make a big stink. Now, because Nintendo's not an American company, I think Nintendo's going to be like, oh, well, like America, we'll be like, oh, man, we're used to the cancel culture, but I got a feeling Nintendo's just going to stick to it. But I think
I understand where Nintendo's kind of coming from because they don't really have much competition.
Later, Dr. Spaceman.
I mean, Xbox checked out. PlayStation's, still doing PlayStation, but they're leaning into the more third party-ish.
So go ahead.
Day by day.
Okay, so I mean, we're talking about pricing and stuff, and here's why I would say saying like there's going to be a backlash or there's not going to be any type of potentially it's going to dry up. If you were to go to Nintendo World right now, down the street from you, Cowboy, or the one over there in California, you know how much the ticket costs? $109 to $154 for one ticket, depending on the day. Every single day, Nintendo World, since it's open, has sold out, has had to turn people back, and the lines are packed. So when you talk about pricing for Nintendo, you have to realize Nintendo, and I know people don't quite understand it, but I know, Cowboy, you talk a lot about premium products. You have to start to think of Nintendo almost in a world of luxury product. No, there's a difference. There's a difference.
For kids, yeah.
No, but still, there's still adults who like it. Like, who in your family
Most
wants
adults
Nintendo?
are children.
Yeah, all children are children. Just some have higher numbers in their age and not and are bigger. But who in your household wants a Nintendo Switch 2?
Nobody in my house wants a Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again.
No, nobody. Ain't nobody in this room but me. Nobody. And why do you have to walk in here right now? Did Purple tell you to walk in here?
Yep, she texted me.
Hey, Purple, see, this is what you're not going to do. You're not going to be swaying and swaying.
I'm just saying, when you speak truth to power, your power is the truth. And so that's what I'm saying. There are literally adults who want Switch 2.
Women don't count. What do they know about video games?
There we go. There we go.
They want it, but they're gonna want it for themselves. Is what I'm saying, Purple. They're not gonna let their kids run around with a $500.
$450, but you know, let's keep it up.
Right.
But no, I think what you're missing is, like, it doesn't. Nintendo has such a huge fan base. We just saw a Mario movie that did not have really a story associated with it become one of the biggest. I know, Rudix, I'm sorry. Let me, but compared to a Toy Story, right? Relatively speaking, when we're talking about movies and animated movies that break the $1 billion barrier, right?
It's a lot of children. And
a lot of children, a lot of adults. It doesn't matter. It's demand.
I took my granddaughter to see that.
It's demand. And I think, like, the thing with this Switch 2 is there's actually a couple of things, like you said something on your video, and I know we kind of moved past that, but you said something that, like, hey, Purple, you have a PlayStation 5, you have an Xbox, all the series, right? I have a PC, everything, and you're like, you're not going to play those games on Switch 2, but there's actually 2 games that I'm really looking forward to playing on Switch 2, one of which is on all the other platforms. So the first game I want to play that I'm looking forward to is Pikmin. And I'll talk about that later. But the second one is a game called Kunutsugami Path of the Goddess. And the reason I want to play Kunutsugami Path of the Goddess is because that is a tower defense action adventure game. But you need to have the precision to, like, click and place your units in between the night cycle, as well as, but when you're playing with the hack and slash, you need kind of a controller. So even though PC can do that, right, it's not as fast. You still got to map that out. Xbox and PlayStation can't do that. And so there's other games like this, such as Civilization 7. We have in my chat Robolica. We also have Zarina in my chat. There's a lot of people.
You think the Switch 2 mouse is going to be more precise than a PC's mouse?
I'm saying it's the ability. It doesn't need to be as precise as a PC mouse. Right now, I cannot switch really. For one, I don't like playing on PC to begin with. But what I'm saying is it has the ability as a thing, the unit, right? Yeah. To act as a mouse and a controller and be portable around, right? Like, that's where I think a lot of people are missing. Like, there's a lot of gamers, like, I don't even play like Dreamlight Valley or Stardew, whatever, but there's a lot of gamers who are adults, right? Who are playing these games, who have seen this, because I've heard it.
So I got a question for you and everybody on the panel. So I was watching the Switch 2 showcase. I was trying to think. I feel like the games they showed, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they showed any game that's going to be a new title that's going to launch at the same time as another title on other platforms. What they showed was games that was already previously on other platforms, and now they're going to get a Switch version of that game. So my question for you guys, right?
Other than the Dust Blood, that's the Switch exclusive.
Yeah, and then there's Hollow Knight.
Yeah, but
Hollow
it's not.
Knight will launch on all other consoles
No,
at the same
yeah,
time.
that's
as
coming to
Switch 2.
Xbox.
We also
That'll
saw
be on Game
Reanimal.
Pass.
We also saw Reanimal. That
On
one
the
was
Switch.
yeah.
They showed
They
that?
they showed Reanimal.
There's
Right.
a lot of. Are we talking like
No,
exclusive
hear me
games,
out.
or are we talking third party?
No,
Let
third
me
part,
give
any
you
game, day and date, any game, day and date.
my question is, do you think, you guys, it's for you guys, I might do a poll. Do you think if a game comes out on the Switch and other platforms, be it the same price or not, I don't know. If it's more, then that probably answers my question. But do you think if a game came out on the Switch and all the other platforms, the Switch version is going to sell more than the other platforms? That's my question for you guys.
New game or like game that
No,
was
brand
already
new
on
game. Let's say a
Brand new, okay.
brand new. I'll say a brand new, just a really good brand new game comes out, right? Like a new what's a good third party game? That's
Well, it's got to
probably
be
what
third
comes
party
out.
because PlayStation ain't got no brand new games coming out.
Let's say hypothetically GTA 6.
So
Okay,
so
I
so,
can
so,
set it.
let's so I
Yes,
think
do that.
there it's almost like a fault. Like, so let's understand what Nintendo's doing. I mentioned this in one of the videos. Like what it's kind of hard to say, right? Because one, Nintendo does not have the player base of either of the two. Nintendo Switch 2, that is, doesn't have as many. PlayStation has 60, 70 million. Xbox has whatever a third of that is, right? And so it's kind of hard to say that. But also what we're also forgetting is one of the big reasons why Nintendo, like the gaming industry is dependent on Nintendo right now. There's a reason you had all those publishers lined up for their showcase, is because Nintendo's traditionally has 75 to 80% of their sales have been first party. So to say like, oh, this player base that's traditionally been first party mostly to now buy third party, this is like kind of a gamble, but no, if Nintendo's making as well as these third party publishers are making. So to say like, no, do I think they're going to sell? No, because most of the Nintendo player base, like actual Nintendo fans, aren't buying the Switch for third party. But we're hoping that some of these games can come back. Like they'll come back and say, oh, you know what? I liked the Dustborn game, so let me go try to play another one that looks like it. Or, oh, I liked, I don't know, Street Fighter or whatever. And now let me try to play. So I think I'll be very honest and say, no, it's not going to sell the same day and date. But my thing is, like, for the people who have PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo and are looking for like a singular place, like, I'll tell you right now, I would. If I had the same game on all four, I would 100% because there's
if there was a benefit to Switch, now the benefit is it being portable. That's 1,000,000% the benefit. So if Reanimal, man, I guess so. I was skipping through the games. I guess I should have watched it. They showed it in the showcase, Reanimal.
Yeah.
Oh damn! All right, man. I'll go back and watch it then, because I just wanted to know.
No, but it was just quick. They just quit. Like they do like a blast of like.
Yeah, but just to know. But that's good to know. I didn't know that. So let's say Reanimal came out for all of them. You guys will know Reanimal is being made by the makers of Little Nightmares.
My number one game of the year. My number one game.
Yes, her number one game. She did a great stream showing all her most anticipated 2025 games, and that was number one. Now, and I knew, and Purple, you knew I knew that was number one. So anyway, yeah, I mean, so my thing is this: if there's a benefit, so Reanimal obviously is going to have graphics blowing you out the mind. So if Reanimal looked identical on everything, and I had a Switch 2, then I would buy the Switch 2 version because it will be portable. And portable meaning I'll be able to sit in the car while my wife's driving and be able to play the game. People could say, well, you got a portal. I can't do that with the portal. Now, maybe if a Steam Deck or something, and then don't count FCAT. You was counting the Xbox out. Well, Xbox is going to have their own brand, Xbox branded.
They're working on.
Yeah, so but
here's the thing: don't count Sony out either, because look what they're doing. Do you see? They already made the news because they're already basing their gauging, sending out surveys now to all the PlayStation users.
Yeah,
based on the Nintendo Switch 2 and what they like and dislike about it. So everybody's watching the Switch 2. Like it's gonna be, regardless of my feelings on it, I think whether I think it's overpriced or not, or the games are overpriced or not, it's still going to set the bar because handheld gaming is a big deal. That is where the market is moving across the
From
board.
what I see from the internet side of gamers,
Sorry,
like
I'm sorry, you lost me. Did you say you got your news from? No, I'm just with you.
I'm
I'm
from
sorry,
from
no,
the
I'm just
internet gamers, like the people on Twitter or YouTube, like the people who rated the video, dropped the price or whatever. It's not looking good,
Yeah, but
honestly.
you got it.
But let's be real. What do they know? Are they already Nintendo users? Let's be
Like-
real. We're talking about sources from Twitter. I don't get my information. A lot of that. That's all grain of salt nonsense half the time, or just clickbait. Twitter is
I
just
mean,
a
like
glorified.
I said, they would have to get together in a huge boycott for them to do anything.
That's not
Never gonna
like,
happen.
That's not gonna
Never
like.
gonna
I
happen.
think like we take like how many people are on. Like, let's be fair. You have two things right here. The whole thing where they were saying drop the price. Here's why I don't put a lot of stock in that. If we just said who's Nintendo Switch number one audience, if we listen to Cowboy, everybody else, and I'm not gonna say it's not significant. It's kids. Kids were not. They were at school during the Mario Kart showcase. Then you're talking about adults. Adults work. They're not taking off. Like, sure, some of us did and to watch the Nintendo, but the vast majority of people are not on YouTube saying drop the price. You know what I mean? So it's like
they're out boycotting Target right now. Come on now, let's be real.
They are yeah, everybody's boycotting Target. So like that's where like we're the anecdotal evidence suggests that most likely Nintendo and Best Buy is starting to see a lot of it. Like if you're listening and you're looking for it, a lot of companies are like, we might actually run out, right? And that's what Nintendo wants to do. They want to drive people to that, create this sense of scarcity, and then you're going to see probably around the holiday time, you're going to see a huge boost again. So it's going to be a huge boost initially, huge boost during holiday season.
Well, that.
All right, well, hold on. Let me do this, guys.
Hold on. I gotta say
real quick. Let me jump. Let me hold on. Let me look into the chat real quick. JD
that's
is
what I
in
was.
the
Yeah,
building.
who invited that bum? Get out of here, JD. Take your pony self back to the past.
JD's in the building. He said, "I told you WWE and Elden Ring was going to be playable." And he said, "What up, people in the chat? Windstar is in the building. I did see him a while ago, but he said I've been there, and you need to pay their $30 wristband to do anything in the world." And then he said, Hades 2 is going to be a console time limited exclusive on Switch 2. And so I just want to read that.
Yeah, so we'll be Dust Blood or whatever.
Dust Blood will be
Bloodborne
exclusive to Switch 2, so it won't be released on other platforms and not planned to right now.
Captain Canada, are you getting a Switch 2?
No. It's not on my radar. Not too many games for me to play right now. I'm not a big fan of the Bonanza. I definitely see a lot of people flocking to it. Perhaps when it releases a new Zelda, I'll stop at there. Enough has been said, but that's when I'll be forcing myself to get onto it. The Dust Blood that it did release, being a PvE. I feel like I'm already getting that with Night Rain. There's not going to be too much, canon story associated with that. So if I come around to it later, I'll be happy about it. But it's not one that I'm too worried about missing.
Okay, well, Vet, are you going to get one for yourself, or you might get one for your kids?
Kid wants a PlayStation 5 Pro already, and he's only 8, so he doesn't even understand gaming. He don't need to worry about that. The wife wants one, so shut up, boy. I might have to get her one. She does want it with some of the games, but that's she's into the Nintendo stuff, so
that's cool. Purple, are you getting a Switch too? I think it's a fair question.
Hey, she already got one. Don't let. She already has one.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I am just for a couple of reasons. I think from just purely a streamer perspective, um 24 racers in a game, like 24 players playing at the same time. The only really game I can do that with right now is Fall Guys. And even that one just seems like but you know, I've been doing these community play sessions. I guess there's other ones, right? There's the ones with the car. But I think like that one as a racer, as a competitive type of thing, that's something I really liked. And then
Hey,
go
JD's
ahead.
asking you. I was just gonna say JD's asking Anthony, you getting it? JD, Anthony already said he's on board 100%. Day one, he's buying it. Don't let him lie to you.
No, honestly,
Yeah,
I told my wife.
and then the other thing is like I don't play like, even though I understand that like a benefit is portable. Like if you realize like why did I buy 2 Xboxes, right? One of the reasons why I liked PlayStation, what I was looking forward to is to play. Like there's literally 2 places in my house that I'm at most of the time,
Okay.
and so the ability to just like buy the what do you call it? The base
Game card? Oh,
No,
the
base-
docking
the
station.
base-
Docking station.
The docking station, and just take it up here and put it up in my office versus here. Like that's like that literally is why I bought the 2 Xbox. And then I realized like it didn't work right. The remote
Right.
play, for some reason, it's not working right inside my house. And so like there are a lot of reasons, just logistically, why it makes sense for me.
I want to give a shout out to Ray. I always say, Ray, listen, if it wasn't for Ray, I don't think I would be the cowboy. So I just want you guys to know. And every time I say, no. But Ray literally, I didn't even know him. And he gave me the ideal of like, I wore a cowboy hat anyway, but I never called myself the cowboy. And then I was like, who's this guy in the community they call the gaming cyborg? I was like, I don't call myself the gaming cowboy. And I was like, oh, that's kind of catchy. So always give Ray credit.
But
for
you
that.
know what? He was also the heart and soul. Let's be real. He was also the heart and soul of the SBCN back in the day.
He really was the heart and soul, man.
I had to fight for
Ray,
it to get him on board, and not for him, but for you to get him on board.
Right.
But that man
But,
was the heart and
definitely-
soul. He still is.
Nah, man. Yeah, still love Ray to
And
this
it
day,
ain't
man.
only loving JD. We know that bum.
Yeah, tell your son Evan, man. Thanks for tuning into the show. I hope he's doing good. Hope he's getting them good grades, so you could buy him a Switch too.
I want to give a shout out to somebody as well. He's not going to be in the chat tonight because the bum is in Japan right now, living it up. I gotta give our shout out to Maker.
So his plane didn't crash?
No, it didn't. Unfortunately, not.
Right.
I know you were saying you were preaching it and jinxing him, but he did make it there. I've seen the food pics,
dude.
But I'm hoping he will be smart and get his Switch 2 while he's out there.
Ray said enough of me.
The Japanese version.
Hey,
all right,
you know what? It's still gonna be cheaper.
The reason why.
So let me look back at the poll, guys. So the poll says, is the Nintendo Switch 2 games worth it? And damn, it's still deadlocked again. 18 votes, yes. 50% no
vote. Hold on, let the vet come in and vote. Oh nope, maybe I did. Oh yeah, I voted at the very beginning. Immediately hit that no
can we
button.
move on from Nintendo now?
But listen, I think are we done with the Nintendo Switch? I feel like at the end of the day, I'm just speaking for me. I think it's gonna do good. I think it's gonna give people who are fans of the Switch is gonna give them something new. What I think the backlash is gonna be is it's not gonna be newer. Like you're gonna have the Switch 2. And I think maybe this is the catchy part with the third party. So we know Nintendo games, the graphics are, I don't think on the Switch 2, the graphics on a Mario Kart is going to blow you away from what it was before. That's just my thoughts. But I think now you're going to be like, well, look, I think it's going to be a double-edged sword. You're going to be able to say, well, these third-party games are looking better on the Switch 2. You're going to be like, that's cool. But if you own a PlayStation or Xbox, you can be like, but my PlayStation Xbox still looks better. Now, besides that, we know Nintendo is super fun factor. Listen, if my wife get a Switch 2, I'm gonna be rocking damn Mario Kart. Like just the thought of the Switch 2, she literally said, download Mario Kart for mobile, because we used to play it on that. I was like, all right, and we sat there having a couple races. It was fun, and that's just mobile. But go ahead, Purple.
Yeah, so I gotta hop off. It's 7. I couldn't stay too long, but I'll be in the chat for sure.
Definitely.
But what I would say is the other time we saw this was roughly 2 years ago, where people were saying, "Hey, it's not good enough, right? Or it's not different enough." and it also saw a price increase, and it was also from Nintendo. And I would say I would not be surprised to see history strike twice. And what I'm talking about is Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild was 60, Tears of the Kingdom was 70. And when they came out, people were like, oh, it's the same deal. It's the same thing. And then once Tears of the Kingdom came out, what did we see that year? We saw within the first week 12 million sales to go on within 6 months all the way up to 18 million sales. So like when you're talking about that much like energy, I think like Nintendo, to me, not to get too political, Nintendo fans are kind of like Trump voters. Like you're like, we can't find them, but
Whoa,
then they just come out and come out
whoa,
of nowhere. No,
whoa,
no, 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 I'm not
whoa,
saying anything that. I'm just
whoa.
saying not.
I take
No,
offense to that.
listen
I'm
to
just
her
kidding. I
now.
didn't vote.
No,
no.
the only
But
my
that's
only
why
I voted for a cowboy.
my only counter to that is so that wasn't that that norm was done already. Meaning we already had PlayStation setting the tone with $70 games, and then Xbox was following suit. So Nintendo just going from 60 to 70, gamers was like that was
Nintendo had
already a
not
thing.
had a 70s. Nintendo had
No, no,
not
no,
had a
I
70s.
understand, but what I'm saying is, but in the landscape of gaming, that was already a thing.
Yeah,
You know what I
but
mean?
that's where I'm saying like you're saying the landscape of gaming. You're talking about like a gamer like me who plays both of them, right?
Right.
But in a landscape of gaming, like your typical Nintendo person, I said, plays first party games, right? They don't go third party like we see that on the Switch. They mainly play first party games. When we're talking about the Switch 2 demand, right? What you're talking about is like two types of gamers. One type is super Nintendo fans are ones who want a more powerful system. And the other one is like this other group who's like maybe just coming in. They hadn't had Nintendo. They don't really know about PlayStation. They don't know PC. That's the other one. Obviously, there's gaming fans who are going to get everything, but I don't
Right.
count them because they're going to get everything. Right.
You're right.
So that's why I say, like, if you think about those first two, they've already done it, and we've underestimated them before, specifically with Tears of the Kingdom. When that game said they were 70, people were like, it's the same game, the same graphics, there's nothing new. I made a whole video. That's why I made a whole video back then about Tears of the Kingdom's price, because it was so loud. And I think, again, we are underestimating like the idea that you now have this is a more powerful system. And when they showed it head to head with the Steam Deck for Cyberpunk, like the people who had hands-on with Cyberpunk, they said it outperforms the Steam Deck on Cyberpunk. Now, granted, it ain't gonna outperform Asus ROG Ally. I ain't gonna say something like crazy like that. But at that price point, and for Nintendo people,
Are you
I think
knocking my ROG Ally? Come on now.
no, the ROG Ally is good. I'm saying the ROG Ally.
Okay.
The
I
best.
was like,
I'm saying that's the
The
best.
Switch 2 isn't as
Yeah.
powerful as the ROG Ally, but
No, we're
more
close.
powerful.
No, I
than
didn't. I'm not gonna say,
Steam
but
Deck.
the ROG
Yeah.
Ally, you're paying an 800. You know what I mean?
I think
Like,
between
Hey,
Steam Deck and
and
ROG Ally.
and we don't even know we don't even have pricing on the new ROG Ally.
So it's
that's
like
coming out in November.
Yeah, if y'all
So
just
it's like
listen
the
to her
Legion.
words came out of her mouth, that's what she said. But
It's
but
like
anyway,
the
Purple, I
Legion
know you
Zero
gotta
to Emma
go.
Cyclops.
So hold up real quick, Purple. Before you leave, do me this quick favor. Man, this thing drives me crazy, man. If they could just get it to literally, all right. So Purple, you and me, put the hat on. You are one of my favorite people. You already know this. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the entertainment. Didn't expect it. That was cool. And I just want to say this is going to go down as one of my favorite things. You are a class above the class. And I appreciate you coming on. And I just want to tell you that luckily, I didn't want to body you again. So I figure, you know what, let everybody else come on. We don't have to go head to head because it would have been ugly. But thank you for coming on. And if you got any words, a quick one-on-one before you go, I'm here and right now. The dust is settled. Everybody else is to the back. And I'm telling you right now, and I've been telling you for months. So if you guys think this is new, Purple and I have been talking for months. And I said the Switch 2 ain't gonna do nothing. So we finally are here. What you got to say? What's your final words?
Cowboy, I came on here to settle a score, to clear the land of your foul mouth and all your lies. And then, lo and behold, in the middle of the fight, as you were backing up, as your back up, the cavalry started to turn on you as well. All of a sudden, this ray of light came down, and you saw it, and you started speaking in what they call in the good book tongues, and you started speaking truths. And what did I tell you back then? I said, there's always a good time for the truth. And so you saw that light, you saw that truth, and you saw that Nintendo has a value proposition for the people who want it. You saw that eventually at $80 games, though you may not want to buy it, you will buy it. And so, what else is there for me to say? You know, when I came on here, Cowboy, you said you go body me, you go make me famous. You said you go bloody me. You told me not to come on here. But today in front of the whole world up in my barn, you became a believer. And with that, sir, I see you.
Well, Purple, thank you for coming on, and I'll leave it at that. If I see you around these parts again, it won't be too easy. You won't be too lucky. So thank you for coming on, and I'll be sure to put the link to your channel. With that being said, now your mama knows. Guys, give it up for none other than Purple Haze. Let's go. I really didn't think she was going to show up, but I thank her for showing up. That was really cool. And but now that delusion has gone, we can bring back on the guys and really talk about gaming for the people who know what the hell they talking about. Now, guys, definitely give it up for Purple. Make sure you check out her channel, Purple Haze. I'll throw the link in a minute, and go see her on Thursdays for Shades of Purple, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And she also streams on Sundays as well. So, but now with that being said, let's get back to Rudigs. Let's get back to FCAT. Let's get back to Vet Rage Gaming. Let's go.
Anthony, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Vet. I appreciate
Right,
you.
If I hadn't,
right.
you already know, if I hadn't pushed and jabbed at you, she would never. None of this would have been happening.
This is
Because you still would have been the weakling that I had to fix.
This is 1,000% factual. I had Vet in my ear, and as I was watching YouTube, I'm like, "What the hell is Doc talking about?" And that little Vet was on me, was like, "Do it." And I'm like, I even had to go onto his stream and comment and tag your ass in it to keep going with the trolling. I even went into his live stream, and I know damn well he don't remember who I am. Right.
But he's gonna. That's fine. He's gonna know who I am soon enough. I was like, I'm gonna troll like the best.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pull up FCAT. Bam. So let's get into the South of Midnight, man.
Man, what the hell kind of score is that bullshit?
Yeah, this is a freaking amazing, great game. The only problem with it is the combat.
What fake ass website is this from?
This is Metacritic.
Fucking Metacritic. Man, what the hell do they know? Get this.
So the thing is, it's the combat. So the combat is the only thing wrong with the game. It's a little off. It's a little off, but you have to kind of get used to it. You have to kind of get used to it to adjust to it. And
if it's off, it's because you're not a good gamer. That's what the problem is. They just don't have the balls to admit it.
That's the thing. It's just like with Immortals of Avium. What happened with Immortals of Avium? But they claimed that it was mid, generic, and boring. And it's like, did you play it? Like, like it's
Every
skill
single
issue.
one of the people here that left
Skill
that
issue.
review, none of them played it. And if they
If
say
you
they did,
right, if
it's
you
BS.
cry about the
So
combat in
listen.
South
God.
of Midnight, I'm calling skill issue.
So
Yeah,
listen.
they don't have the balls to admit it. Somebody's got to keep it real, and that apparently is me. I played that game today. I streamed it today. Two
Right.
and a half hours. I live streamed it on
Yeah,
on
let
four
me ask you
platforms.
this. So for the people who played it, what's your thoughts? So you Vet, you go first.
I thought it was fantastic. To me, not only did I stream it on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok, I
Okay.
used the cloud because I downloaded it, but it was having an issue loading for me. That could just be a me thing. That I'm not saying it was an issue with the game itself. It could have just very easily been something wrong with what I did. But so I launched it on Xbox Cloud Gaming. I had zero issues with it. Solid 1080 60, 20 millisecond ping. Honestly, I thought with the way the graphics looked that it was a little higher than 1080p. Maybe they're working on something in the background. I don't know. I know that they're working on upgrades, but I had no problem with the game mechanics. The story was fantastic. The music in the game goes perfectly with it. I did only get into chapter 1 and chapter 2. I got to see the plantation. I got to see some fields. I got to see, the Underground Railroad and all of that. It was a great game.
How was the combat?
Once I got to it, I mean, it takes you, I think you get towards the end of the first chapter and you get into combat. I didn't have any problems with it. It literally tells you there's a tutorial that teaches you what to do for combat.
Not problem. So I feel like everybody is trying to tear games down. My point isn't to tear game. When I asked about the combat, I'm just saying like did you like it? Like what?
Yeah,
what
I like the combat. I like that. To me, it's different in a good way. It's a different style of combat in a good way.
Like I approached the combat kind of like I looked at it like from the outside in, and I was like, okay, so this is kind of like Banishers mixed with like a Returnal. Like you're in the Tower of Sisyphus and you're Wolverine, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about Returnal.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like take out this thing, then go take out this thing, get the health, and you become stronger. And that's what it felt like.
The moving around mechanics, I could see people complaining about it, but to me, it was no different than watching people play. What the hell is that game? The zombie game with the. Hold on, I'll just pass. I'll think of it and spit it out in a minute. No,
is it a 2-stage killing
Evil
situation? Like, do you have to destroy their soul and then their physical body, or is it just?
So what you're doing is killing, like what she's killing right there. You will defeat that, and you rip the you dissolve it or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to leave at the end.
Afterwards, you get through all of those mini bosses. Then you take out that little blob in the center. You'll pop that thing. It's like a zit you're popping. And that green stuff is
it's kind of like a Dragon Age Milgard.
So the funny thing
don't say that. Don't say that. No, I'm on chapter 2 of this game, and I've yet to see combat. So they obviously introduce it later.
Yeah, no, you'll get to the combat real quick. This guy's hair, Rue. I'm just saying, he's giving you a run for your money, buddy. I don't know who he is, but goddamn.
The funny thing is, when I watched Purple play it, she was like, "Oh, I don't think you'll like this game," and I was like, "Honestly, it reminds me of Banishers." And Rager said the same thing. And Banishers,
you're gonna like this game, Cowboy. You're gonna like this.
Banishers was my 2024 game of the year, but I think the story was so good, and But what you say, F-Cat?
You're gonna like this game because you like Banishers, you like Forspoken.
But I've watched. But Anthony, you
people who like those games are gonna love this.
I've watched you play a
Spirits.
I'm just saying, I've watched you play all kinds of different games, even during the Stadia days, and this is one that you will definitely like. Whether it's the story or the music, I think you will definitely appreciate.
Yeah,
this game.
Story is 10 out of 10. Soundtrack 10 out of 10. Location vibe 10 out of 10.
Dude, I had the sound. I literally, I took a
the
break on
combat.
my during my stream. Once again, shout out to the man with the fro. I took a break during my stream, and I had there's a new be right back scene that YouTube's letting content creators use. I used that, but it doesn't have music. So what did I do? I went on Spotify and I had the music playing from the game because it's already available. And for Rue, the combat will be in the second chapter. You will get to that in the second chapter.
I mean,
Hold on, hold
Xbox
on.
finally
Hold on.
got their
Ray
good
is-
game with Indiana Jones, but I feel like this really, set the bar.
Hold up. Ray is
Oh.
hating on my goals.
My
I
bad.
don't appreciate that. I said,
Well, hey, look. Haters gonna hate. I'm gonna pay it up and help you.
Oh,
with your
wait.
goals.
Yeah, that's right. Because at the beginning of the thing, you did.
Your stream
you did-
ain't even started yet, and that goal was.
Yeah, I was in the background and I heard the ding. I was like, who the hell did that?
Yeah, well, some people got to help support the community. Others just, trolling the chat.
This is real.
You know how them West Coast boys. You know how them West Coast boys are. Us East Coast got to stick together.
You damn right.
Damn.
But
Hey, look, I can't wait to get to wherever that catfish is, man. I cannot wait to get to that scene.
so my thing is, when I seen the trailers for this game, and nothing ever interests me, but I'm hearing good things
Oh my
from people
God.
who actually played it. So I think that's actually cool.
This would be perfect on PlayStation, bro. Like, I felt like I was putting my controller down like for every cinematic.
Well, and then when I seen this, I said, what's cool is Xbox got a bunch of recent games that's like more story driven, which is that's more of a PlayStation.
Indiana
style.
Jones, Hellblade 2. They're all PlayStation.
Hellblade 2 was a
games.
tech demo.
Oh, I got you, Rain. I got you.
you.
I got you, Rain. No, that makes sense then. No worries. Look, he would have gotten it anyways, but if it had been Bojangles, I would have
really
dropped even more.
stands out. I feel like this one really gives Xbox their Forspoken that it gives Xbox.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, hold on, let me hear
First
it
of all,
from Ray.
Xbox has Forspoken. They don't need a Forspoken.
Well, on PC.
This is no Xbox has Forspoken. What do you mean?
Only on
Facebook's
PC
on Xbox
for
now?
right now. It's only on the Xbox PC for right now. That's not on console yet.
Yeah, nobody listening to this just has a console.
The reason why I can't say this is a Forspoken to me isn't about a girl.
Bro,
Isn't about a female lead.
you
to me is
don't
about,
know because you
it's
ain't
about
played
the,
this game yet. You don't know you ain't played this game. Wait
No,
till
no,
you see
But
the
I
story
have
of this
played
game,
it.
bro.
It's not
Hey,
Forspoken.
man, I'm happy
No,
to
this
let
is
us get
not.
our
No,
thoughts out, man.
I even look. I don't even care about Forspoken, but I already know that this is not geared towards.
Yeah, so
this
my
is
thing is, when I think of
nothing like that.
Forspoken, the thing that made it stand out was the traversal system. So that's what makes Forspoken set apart. So the only other game I could think of that it reminds me of Forspoken's traversal is Atlas Fallen. So this, she's running around like a regular game. Forspoken, you're like,
Look,
Oh no, the
gliding.
gameplay itself is like
I'm gonna drop. The only issue that I had with this game is at the very beginning, I did not like how my family did not get financial compensation for being used as characters up in this game. My uncle, the big fat drunken alcoholic at the very beginning in the trailer, that was my uncle. The old lady that was working for the rich white grandma, that was my Aunt Betty. Unbelievable that we ain't getting any money, not one bit of money. No, I'm just kidding.
Right,
but I love I love the storyline. The fact that it was in the South, it showcased what I grew up in hurricane season with. You're getting that kit prepared, that hurricane kit. I grew up doing that shit.
Now, let me ask you this though. So is it fair for a vet? I mean, listening to you. Oh, thanks, Ray. That's Rain the Collector. My bad. I just seen the R. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Rain the Collector is in the building. Give it up.
Oh, I was about to say, wait, did he just send you a bill?
That's one of my Wii Wrestling Wednesday guys, man. We're gonna be chopping it up tomorrow night.
Hey, look,
no,
I just gotta throw my stupid.
My question for FCAT, not a question, but I feel like I can't really listen to Vet and FCAT because you guys are bringing in real life to the game, so you're giving it extra credit. So wait, Rudigs, did you play this?
I'm in chapter 2 now. I tried to play as much as I could, but Yeah, I got through
I
the
beat it.
opening and one chapter.
No, so
I
wait, you
beat
said
it.
you tried to play as much as you could, meaning you had to do something else, or you didn't want to play it anymore.
No, I mean I'm still back. I'm still down to go back into it. I just
Okay.
busy day, but I definitely think it's a strong story. A little heavy on the storytelling.
Okay.
I like games that throw you into more action. This is a bit of a slow start for me.
Okay.
But hopefully, once I get past this slow start, I'll be able to fight these bosses and see what this combat is like, because that's what I'm really in it for.
What did you play the combat at all?
No, there's still no combat, and I'm in chapter 2. So that's
Oh,
what's kind of got me. Typically, like I wouldn't be as patient as this, but I've seen previews, so I kind of want to go forward. Plus, the animation is unique; it's cool. The creators are Canadian, so shout out to Canada. So I'm giving it. I'm still in it.
Other Canadian.
It was not like Avowed. Avowed, I played
Sure.
about 30 minutes of, and I knew that game was not for me. I knew it felt terrible, and I just turned that right off. This game feels good.
You know what game I played that
I'll
people said I would like just because it was a female character to remind you of Forspoken. People always say that. I'm like, Forspoken. There's only other one game that remind me of Forspoken, but people said I should try Flintlock. And I played Flintlock. I gave that a good.
This is way better than Flintlock, bro.
I gave
This is
Flintlock
way
a
better
good-
than Flintlock.
Flintlock didn't feel. I don't know. It tried to be Souls, and it just had too much. It never jived right with me. I don't know if it's just because I'm too
This
picky
is
now.
better than. This is better than Flintlock. This is better than Unknown 9. Like,
I call
what's your-
Forspoken adult Harry Potter.
Like I
right.
said,
That's my big thing.
the story, it wasn't so much the graphics and everything that pulled me in, or the location, that it was in the deep south. It was the story. I was sold on the story before anything
Right.
else. When I read about what it was, and that's what sold me on it, was that you're getting this southern folklore, and I love that kind of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's more of that traditional historical stuff, that the folksy stuff. As a kid, you got your grandparents telling you, if you do this, this is bad thing's going to happen, or it was just that family stuff that's passed down from generation to generation. That's what sold me on the game before anything else.
Right. And it tells it like that.
FCAT, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
you beat this.
Yeah.
Well, did you end up ever beating Banishers or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, so question: how would you judge this versus Banishers? I'm curious because you played.
Banisher's combat is a tad better. Not saying a lot better, but a tad better than this is. The combat's a little off. I hope that they push some kind of like update or patch, kind of fixed up in the combat, and this game would be like perfect. But
What do you compare the story in Banishers? Because the Banisher story blew me away. That's what sucked me into it.
It is good, but the story in this is like about top set.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, about top set because like it's deep, it's emotional story like towards the end. Like this is the last level right here is the New Orleans level.
Mm-hmm.
And you fight Kushna.
I see people having. You have to ruin the game for everybody, man. Damn.
Well, I see people having trouble with the alligator boss, which is the first boss.
I want to say thanks for Rain and Rains. Go back to McDonald's and finish making my goddamn fish sandwich.
Damn.
No, thanks for popping in, man. No, that's cool because I know you played both of them. So and remember, there's a little bit of South going on in Banishers also, but where they had to go to. But all right, that's cool. What else you got on the docket, FCAT? Come on, man, let's go.
Let's see.
Well, that's all.
Here's a Steam chart right here. So everybody's bringing up the Steam chart, even though there's games on Xbox and the Xbox PC app, but Steam rules all. So We have to bring up the
Damn,
Steam
Steam
charts.
charts.
I don't even know
They
what.
are so unkind to games.
When I look at a Steam chart, I don't follow, so I don't know what it means. I don't know.
It
if
just
something's
shows
good or
that
bad.
977 people are playing this game across Steam.
So here's my thing. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It is extremely terrible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's see. Yeah, 955.
For instance, Concord had more people playing it.
Well,
Basically.
to be fair, Concord was also a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
So you,
So,
Hellblade
Yeah,
had
go
more
ahead.
people playing this. Basically, any game I've ever seen has more people playing this.
damn. Well,
but unfortunately, guys, this game's not going to get recognized as a good game. It's not
Do you
going to
think
get
this game will get
recognized
a-
at all.
FCAT, you think this
Uh,
game will get a sequel?
Uh, it should deserve a Game of the Year nomination, but it's not going to get one. The media is not going to give this game a win. And I
Well, why
believe
not?
it's
Tell me
all
why not.
because
Why don't you
these
think the media
people,
will give
Oh my
this
these
game a
God.
win?
people right here, and this is the elephant in the room of why this game is not going to succeed or get the recognition that it deserves.
Yeah, but they didn't have nothing in the game that was like woke, right?
No, it doesn't matter. It does not matter, Cowboy. As long as these people's names here, especially Kim Belair, like this game is cursed. The game is
Well,
cursed.
here's the thing, though. I think you like this game a lot, right? Because you like it, but it's
Right.
also you've been looking forward to it because it's from where you're at, right? So I feel like
Right.
I can't take your opinion too serious because you're already jaded. I can't take Vet's opinion too serious.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
he's
you
already-
could.
He's already.
Oh, yeah, you
he's
could.
already
I
No,
don't-
jaded.
I'm saying.
No,
I'm
here's
saying.
the thing. I don't care about this woke bullshit. Like
No, I'm not talking about that.
Look,
but I'm saying
but
that.
but no. Here's my thing. Every single game you can find, we can pick and nitpick on every game. It doesn't matter the
Yeah.
platform. Every game has got some ridiculous woke nonsense that the media is not going to like. It doesn't matter because it's just like an election. It's just like the Super Bowl in the NFL. It's already predetermined who is going to get the win for Game of the Year. I guarantee you, it doesn't matter. If GTA 6 comes out in November, that's Game of the Year. It's already over.
I honestly, I don't think GTA 6 is getting Game of the Year.
It
It
will
has
be.
to have
No,
a-
what
it
I'm
has to-
saying is
it'll
this
be a
could
high-profile-
be Game of the Year. This could be Game of the Year
It has
material,
to get have a
but they're not going to
really
allow it to be.
But the thing is, let's be real. Look at last year's Game of the Year. How many people voted for that, or how many people voted for something else that you thought was going to be something else should have been
Right.
Game of the Year, and what was Game of the Year because it was already predetermined at the start.
I think Game of the Year last year was a toss up because it was. I feel like it was a poor year for Game of the Year, but I definitely didn't think Astrobot was win. But what I do think is it's a shakeup in gaming because the last few years of Game of the Year has been like not the traditional story driven third person game winning. I think now going forward, we can't really say, or I can't speak for myself. I can't really say, I think that's going to win. Now I'm like, wait, It Takes Two won, the Astrobot won. Like, what the hell? Elden Ring winning. Okay, I get that, right? But now the type of games that's winning traditionally isn't the games that win. So now I think gaming is going to be different. So man, look, Split Fiction might just win Game of the Year this year. I don't know because that game was phenomenal, but it wouldn't be my type of Game of the Year until now. After It Takes Two won, I'm like, well, if that could win, if that won, I don't know how. Like, I wonder if there's anybody who likes It Takes Two more than Split.
I mean, I didn't want to get into a Game of the what's going to be Game of the Year debate. I was just saying, like, this could be a Game of the Year, but it's not going to get it at all because it's not going to get the flowers, not going to get the recognition, all because of this, all because of these people.
For me, I've never seen a trailer that made me interested. So I got to play it because I want to see what I think. Like, I would like to play it and be like, okay, or like, because like I said, the vet, said he was from the South when he's growing up. It reminds him of, back in the day. So he don't count because he's already jaded. FCAT, you don't count because it's in your city. So Rude Diggs, I would probably listen to him. He's from up north. If Rude Diggs
I beat it. So if I beat it, that means it's a good game. That means it held my attention.
I think it holds your attention because
I
it's
didn't,
from
I
your
didn't
city.
force myself to
You
beat
were,
that
look,
game
you
just
were, no, but
because
you were talking
it's
about this
it's
game.
where I live.
No, look,
I
you were
didn't
talking about
force
this
myself to
game.
play the game.
Listen, you were talking about this game before it came out, based on because it's
Yeah,
from
but
where you live at. So
I'm
I feel
not
like that's
forcing
not.
myself to play the game. You're
But
accusing me of forcing myself to play the
no,
game
no, no. I
because of
didn't.
bias.
Hold on. Let me drop you out real quick. I never said once that you was forced to. I was saying that you were into the lore of the game so much because it takes place in your city that made me feel like I couldn't trust your opinion. Meaning you're jaded, meaning somebody put $12 in your pocket and was like, vote for me because I'm your uncle. You know what I mean? So it's like, that'd be like me, I'm a big WWE fan, and you guys be like, what's better, WWE or AEW? And I say WWE. You're like, bro, we can't take your vote because we know you love WWE. That's what I'm saying. I never once made it like you forced yourself to play the game. I'm sure you probably love the game, but I think you love the game a lot because it's from your area. So I wonder if it was like, I don't know, from if it was from like Minnesota and Minnesota folklore or something, would you be that into it? That's all I'm saying.
Why are you bringing up Minnesota just because I'm on this damn show?
No,
Hey man,
I got
Be real.
I got your I got you I
Minnesota
got
ain't even got no
your hit
lore.
your
Let's be
clap
real.
back, cowboy, because there's a
Huh?
game called Norco. There's a game called Norco.
What in
Takes
the
place
hell is
not
that?
very far from me, probably like 20 minutes away from me. In a city called Norco. It takes place there. And I did not get that game because it's not my kind of game.
Okay. You're talking about
Now
from way, way
Mafia
back in the
3,
day?
I was fine. No, Norco came out recently.
Well, we know you was gonna get Mafia 3.
3 is fine.
Shit, we know you
Yes,
was
Mafia 3 in this game is fine. You know what I'm saying?
Mafia 3 is a woke game. Let's be real. Come on now.
Yeah, there's no bias to just because of the location.
Fair enough. So let me ask you guys this. Since we're here, we don't have anything on right now.
We can get to the next thing.
Okay, cool. Before we do that, pull your thing up though. It dropped off. Rudigs, what games are you playing currently? I want to go around the room.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like
Listen to the weight,
PlayStation's
Cowboy.
been on a bit of a drought for me recently. I have flipped over to a little bit of Xbox PC using GeForce Now. I've been heavily into Grounded, actually, by Obsidian that came out a couple years ago. Been playing a lot with Maker, Wilson, and Nads, and I got to tell you, really expansive, a lot of fun. It's survival combat. It's a little bit goofy, a lot of exploration. Really enjoying that title, as well as I jumped into 33 Immortals. That was an early access. Small game too, downloaded it right onto my PC. A lot of fun, kind of like Diablo meets Hades. So I get into that, do that ever so often. But honestly, I'm in a drought right now. I'm really looking forward to Lost Soul Aside and Night Rain. Those are on my radar. But other than that, busy with other things. Wish there was more on PlayStation's end. I feel like I'm in a drought. There's been no PlayStation release things since Astrobot that's been published. I want you to... Oh, it's food time? Okay. Yeah, my dinner's ready. But yeah, isn't that crazy to think? We haven't had a PlayStation published game since Astrobot. And honestly, I can feel the drought. It's been a while.
Wow. Yeah. That Astrobot came out the end of it came out like September.
October? Yeah, September, October. Yeah. So a while, man.
You're not getting the intergalactic till 2027.
In 2027, no Wolverine. Ghost of Yotai sometime this year, if that's even happening. We'll see. But I've got to head to dinner. I'm always happy to jump onto the show. Thanks for having me on. And yes, $80 Nintendo games are worth it because they're damn well know their market. All right. And now your mama knows.
Let's go. All right, Rudigs, thanks for coming on, man.
All right, see it.
All right, later. So I am currently playing. My wife and I beat Split Fiction, and I liked it so much. I told my son, like, dude, you got to play this. So my son and I just start playing it. What's cool is the character I was using when I played with my wife. Now I'm using that character. My son is using that character, and now I'm using my wife's character. And so the game is so different depending on who you're using. Now I'm doing things that I didn't get to do, which is kind of cool to be able to play it on both sides. Obviously, I'm playing WWE. I played a lot of that recently, more than I normally would, because usually just play online. But I played a lot of my Rise story mode just to unlock all the extra characters. I'm still playing Monster Hunter Wilds. FCAT, you would have thought I stopped playing that, but they got a new their new event just came out this weekend. They added a new creature that's new to this game, and then some of the other creatures got super powerful, and so you got to be level 50 to face them other creatures. So I'm level 38. So my son just got to level 50. So we're gonna jump on again tonight after this stream. And I am also I'm about to get back into Fortnite. I spent I meant to tell this live, but I spent $65 like last week, and I don't even play the game, but I know I will eventually. And I didn't like the new season, but now they added some really cool stuff, some Mortal Kombat type stuff, Mortal Kombat stages you're on. So my wife was actually playing it earlier today, so that I'm gonna jump back on as well. I think that's all the games I'm currently playing. Vet, what about you? What are you currently playing?
Jesus. Well, I just did my first look at this, so I'll be playing this for a while. What else have I played? Assassin's Creed Shadows. I've been playing that. I did play some PlayStation 3 era Splatterhouse. God, that took me back. So much fun. Just a lot of blood. I had barely anybody there, but obviously I think it was a bit too queasy for most people's liking. Been playing GTA. I'm gonna be waiting.
You stream that?
I streamed it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's on my channel.
I don't remember
I
seeing.
don't know. I sent you a link for it.
Damn, I don't remember seeing it said you was playing Splatterhouse.
I think I might not have had the. I didn't have a thumbnail or anything. I literally just went live, and then I lost that one, so I redid it as a proper first look, and then had nobody show up for it. But
I would definitely like to.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games on the PS3 and the 360 was because that was the shit back in the day. I mean, just the music, rock music, ripping lungs out of people, weird creatures. The story behind it with Dr. Henry West. Anybody that knows that name should obviously has watched the Reanimator, franchise. Great movies. Go watch them. I know there are some other games I've been playing. I've been rotating between GFN and honestly I don't really.
That game you was playing, like The Sims. The IO.
Oh, Enzoy. Yeah, I've been playing Enzoy as well. That's where I got my third hate raid. Was fantastic stuff. A lot of good folks that popped in there. All of them special ed, I think. Fake accounts, but it is what it is. I called them out. I actually brought their pages up each time, so that was fun.
Seeing that.
Otherwise, I mean, I got a desktop full of games and stuff. Let me see, because I know I've been all over the place. I haven't played Fortnite in God knows how long. I have been doing some GTA, Enzoy, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I was gonna do some Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I got pulled back into Shadows because I've had fun with that one. I jumped into some Division 2 for a little bit last night. What else did I do? I checked out college football on xCloud. Got my ass handed to me. Lost 52-20. It was a blowout. It was ugly. Yeah, it was. So they changed the controls on EA's College Football 25. They changed it up, but you can revert. I didn't know until the second half when I benched the star quarterback that you can revert back to the classic controls that I'm used to. Now, for a first look, I probably should have done that. As soon as I changed it to the classic controls, I started doing a whole lot better. So if I had stuck that way from the whole get-go, I would have been fine. But Adam Fall was another one I checked out. I played that. I actually liked that one. That one is actually a lot of fun. Adam Fall.
Oh yeah. So I don't know much about that. I seen all these people playing it. You and everybody was like, "What the hell game is this?" Because I feel like I never seen a trailer about that. And everybody was playing it. I guess
it's a weird game, but it's like set in an alternate reality. but you're like literally you can kill everybody. I mean, it had my name written on it. You
Wait,
wake
you
up
don't get
and
in trouble?
well, you do. Like I pissed off the military. So they want to kill me, but I literally woke up. You wake up, your character wakes up in a bunker, and there was like a nuclear explosion. I guess Russia and a bunch of these other like wiped out all of Europe, whatever. I don't know the exact thing without reading it all. But you get out there. Now there's this guy that's infected. He's like dying and he needs like some medicine. So you can choose to help him or not. And I chose to kill him and then take all of his stuff. Typical vet fashion. Then you go out into the open and you meet the initial guy you meet is some weird hillbilly banjo loving dude. Seems like he's from Ireland or whatever. I killed him as well. Then you go about doing these things. It does require some stealth. You can try to not do the stealth. If your skill level is not there, you don't have the weapons. It is not easy. I learned that the hard way. And if you fall from high places, you will die. I also learned that because I made a wrong. Thought I could jump off a cliff and I fell to my death. But I like that they've got traders. They've got like those roaming traders where you can trade things. Also found out you can kill them and then steal their stuff. I did that. I killed a priest in a church. Didn't know you could do that. Found out that you can. I mean, so essentially nothing's off the table in that game. So you can't kill children. I did try that one. You can't kill kids in the game.
Rats.
Yeah, I tried.
All right, cool.
Yeah. But it's a fun game. There's a lot of good stuff out there coming out now.
The trailer, when I seen people playing it, it reminded me of what was that game where you were like, I think it was like a robot or something. I know Mr. Herberworld kept saying he wanted to get it. Heart something, right? What?
Yeah. It kind of gave me vibes also with the nuclear fallout and wearing stuff like that. It gave me like Chernobyl, the Chernobyl game. But more open world. It is open world. That was another thing that sold me. Okay. So like it has where you can go, but you're not like forced to go there. Like the Star Wars game that came out that was open world. You could go off kind of, but it forced you to go to the missions. This you can just do whatever you want. So it's definitely like if you haven't tried it, I would say definitely try it out. It's a fun game. Might not be for everyone, but
okay. For everyone. What about you, FCat? What have you been playing recently? We know you've been playing that south of midnight, right? Yeah.
South of the border. Oh wait, sorry, that's where I get my fireworks from. Hey, look, you closer than I am to south of the border.
I know, right?
It's South Carolina, Georgia border. That's where all the totally legal fireworks that you can set off into the air are. Just saying.
Damn. South of the border. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? My wife never got to go to south of the border. Every time we go to Georgia, or not Georgia, but try to stay away from Georgia. But every time we go to Florida.
Yeah, I hear there's a maker of chaos that lives somewhere in that crazy ass state.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. Every time we try to go there, we always it's like either like at the middle of the night, and it's like, okay, like we just always time it off. But now that we live here, we might just have to take the ride. It might be like 8 hours.
Hey, another place you should go that I would definitely recommend, go to St. Augustine. Yeah, if you like history and castles and stuff like that.
We went to St. Augustine 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We went, and when my daughter came down here, we went there. I actually made a video when my daughter was here, and they do a thing where I think it ends sometime in February, but the whole city is lit up. We went during that time. It was really cool.
If there's a place,
they have the oldest schoolhouse there in the United States. We were like, wow.
If you go down to down near I got to remember where it's at, but there's a couple of places, historical areas. I think it's down towards like the Keys and area like that, or it might not be. I'll have to double check. But I went there, but they still have cobblestone roads. There's a couple of areas where you can go sightseeing down there with the cobblestone roads. And
it's cool because,
like I said, I grew up in Florida, and I used to go down there every summer.
Yeah, that area, St. Augustine, still had the cobblestone roads. It was like,
it was there.
I stepped away for a moment. I sent you a link in the private user.
Okay. No, I got that link. I got that queued up already. FCat, what games have you been playing recently? If you might.
I was on the stuff at midnight, and now I'm back to my usual rotation.
Okay, cool.
I'm
All right,
over
so
the
let's
place,
pull
let's
this
be real.
game up that FCAT wants to bring up. Bam, mother effers. Look at this. Here, I'll play some of the sound.
Oh, Bungie's parent.
I've been getting knocked for sound lately.
You monetize, it's what happens.
Man, YouTube, bro, it would just be the dumbest thing. I'd be like, what? That was like 4 seconds. Wow. At least they got the software where you could take the sound out.
They just use I just replaced it now. Even with mine,
Yeah,
I just replaced that shit.
Yeah, the new thing. Yeah, they let you.
Man,
just,
AI is wonderful.
Oh yeah, what I do now is with their software, I just simply I just take the sound out at all and just
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if you replace it with YouTube, it'll replace over your voice and everything. So you got a new thing where you just script. You could literally take that song out and it still keep your voice and everything.
Yeah.
But they just started that like
they just set up a new thing for Be Right Back scenes. It actually lets you run ads or whatever, but it gives you in the go ahead. What the hell is that?
Go ahead. I was gonna say what deal determine is going on here in this video.
I mean, somebody got shot, and here we'll leave this up on the screen.
Oh, I thought it was set in the future and it was supposed to be 2025. I was like about to look outside and make sure that my world, my outside doesn't look like that.
It looked like the characters you use in our robots, and you know, they try to make it seem like kind of military, all the shots being fired and stuff. And
I thought this was a High on Life sequel.
And it's supposed to be what extraction shooter, right? So you know. So this is what the game is supposed to be about.
Can you read it? I don't know if you can read it.
Let me get a little closer to the screen. It says Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter and the first completely new project from Bungie, the creators of Halo and Destiny, is in more than a decade set to the mysterious planet of Teika or something. Marathon will see players inhabit the bodies of runners, cybernetic mercenaries who let me take my glasses off. Jeez. Cybernetic mercenaries who have been disguised, who has been designed to survive the planet's harsh environments. Players will engage solo or in crews of threes, searching for mysterious alien artifacts, as well as for valuable loot and new weapons and gear that they can add to their collection. So
yeah, so it's kind of sounds like Destiny in a way, but an extraction shooter.
I think that's what it does sound like. I am interested because I will say this: I'm not that. I mean, I never really played that many extraction shooters, but every time I did, I had a really good experience. For one, Vigor was really, really cool. I thought that was a really cool game. And then Hunt Showdown. Still think that's the most underrated game I've ever played. So those two games I really, really did have a great experience with, and they were extraction games. So it'll be interesting to see, what this could bring to the table. As far as maybe it'll be a popular extraction games, because I feel like real quick, I feel like extraction games are like a PC type of thing,
So we're in a black and hard place right now. Yes, this is Bungie. Yes, they're the masters, or we don't know who's left in Bungie. You know what I'm saying? People from Halo left. People from who made Destiny left. We don't know who the hell Bungie anymore. You know what I'm saying? And now they're gonna release this in a time where live service games are like dying every day.
I think the thing is, live service games are dying, or just the ones that's been out for a very long time, or the ones that's not that popular. You get these new companies that try to make a live service game. It's just not. It just what's holding things down are the consistent Fortnite, Warzone. big ones are
And
just.
this is a $40 game. This is going to be a $40 game, not free game. On
Well,
top of that,
I think what might help this is Bungie, right? People who are fans of Halo, people who are fans of Destiny, they're going to be like, well, we know what they can do, and they're going to have
right?
interest
Of
in
course.
getting it. You know?
Yeah. I'm gonna expect great skybox, great sandbox, great gunplay.
Mm-hmm.
I expect this to be 60 FPS on the Series S because that's what Bungie's known for, optimization. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is going to be tough. I mean, I see people saying, yes, it's going to be good, or it looks good, and it might actually survive.
Well, here's the thing that you got to think about.
I mean,
If
it
the
is
game,
Bungie. They made Destiny
if the game
survive for
is
10
actually,
years.
if the game is actually good, then there you have it. I mean, just look at Marvel Rivals. That came out, and guess what? People love it. So I mean, everything that comes out in live service doesn't just die.
So here's some of the characters.
Okay. So these are
Runners.
classes, or these
are
are
yeah.
okay.
Basically,
So
like class, team base,
okay.
and a distraction shooter.
I wonder if you're gonna create your character.
From the original thing that they said about Marathon, that they were kind of do like Destiny, where like a team can have an artifact and they open up a section for everybody else and the game. I wonder if they're still going to do that, or did they scrap that?
That'd be interesting.
It's going to be crazy. But they got people playing Decipher the Code right now than the actual game. They got people like aligning satellites to figure out what the stuff with the game. Here's another picture of what it's going to look like. I don't know if this is UE5 that they're using or if it's the Tiger engine they're using. Does Vet have anything to say on this, or do you leave?
Who, Vet? He's still there.
You there, Vet?
Still there?
Oh, I guess not. Yeah, I mean, these characters look as bad as Concord characters.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be willing to give it a whirl. You know, it's Bungie, man. So I definitely would have to.
They don't look as bad as Concord characters.
I was a big fan of Destiny, so I'll be curious.
Now there are people ribbing on this game. They're downing it because it is an all female character thing, and
is it
the fact that Bungie is woke or whatever because they have transgender people working for them and stuff.
I didn't realize it was all female characters.
Yeah, it's all female characters.
Really?
Yeah.
How you can tell they're like robots? How do you that one character, right?
One's a robot. One's the robot. The rest of them are female. One's a robot, the rest are female. Unless if that's a female robot. But apparently it's an all female character collection.
Yo, maybe it's like the Diddy thing. You know how they said, look, you're gonna get fame, but you got to do something like gay, right? You know, remember Cat Williams was saying that? Maybe in gaming, it's like, yo, we're gonna give you fame, but at some point we're gonna call upon you, and you got to do something super woke.
Yeah, or we're gonna tell everyone you super gay.
Well, that's what I said right before you said that. I said maybe it's like the Diddy thing. You got to do something super gay, and then like you'll get all this fame, but then you gotta do something super gay, wear a dress in a movie or something, right?
But Bungie was the first one to do the pronouns on the Viax. They started doing the pronouns on the
Well, that's because
Viax, and everybody
Bungie's.
complained against it.
Well, what do you expect? Bungie's run by a bunch of gay. This isn't my channel, so I
Yeah.
can't say the
Well,
word.
Democrats. Yeah,
No, I was going to
Democrats.
say a different word. I was going to say a different word, but this isn't my channel, so I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about all that. You know what the problem is? I don't pay attention to the developer.
But see, I don't either, Anthony. That's the thing. I don't either. I'm just there to troll and call it wreak havoc. I'm basically so like how I used to. I was telling you, I was a little your what's that thing that Jim what was Jiminy Cricket conscience, yeah, whatever the fuck that that thing, whatever it is. That would have been like me in your ear telling you to bring back the old cowboy. I'm like that to everybody on the internet because I just don't care about politics anymore. It's all stupid. I don't care about if a game is woke or asleep or whatever. I don't give a shit about that. I just want if it's interests me, then I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just here to have a good. I'm here to have a good time, and if you want to shit on the game, I'm gonna shit on your parade.
Listen, if you could show me a trailer, I always said it. If you could show me a trailer that get me, or if you don't show me a trailer, like today, South of Midnight, never seen a trailer that made me care. But you guys talking about it made me actually interested. So you can do one or two things. If word of mouth get me or a trailer get me, then I'll play the game. Neither one of them get me, then chances are I might not play it. But Matt, what's your thoughts on Marathon? Do you know anything about it?
I know nothing about it except for what people have said.
Okay.
I don't know. I might play it. I might not. I don't know.
Gotcha.
If I have other, like, I don't know if I would play it by myself, but if I have friends that play it, then I might jump in. But if it's also an $80 game, you can count me out because I can't afford that.
No, it's 40.
ISO said he missed most of the game, sadly, most of the show, sadly. Wanted to hear the Switch 2 stuff. Now, and you know, it's pretty cool. Purple, got to give her, you know, she came in, had a whole little character to her with this cat, with the hat and the gun, and that was really cool. So,
so you didn't miss much. She came in hot, but left with the tail between her legs, like we all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we didn't really need to have a debate because my video spoke volumes. So I mean, it is what it is. But now that was a lot of fun. And unfortunately, I will say this, a lot of people did tune in. I noticed when I see a lot more people watching, it's because I went on I worded it as if it's going to be a lot of drama. And unfortunately, drama gets people. So people thought me and her was going to go at it, but it was cool enough that, and I had no clue she was going to do that, but it was cool enough that, you know, I didn't need to take it there, especially because I dropped my video. All right. I feel like, bro, I said what I said in my video, but
okay. Well, to be fair, I may have made a comment on her Twitter post as well and tagged Nintendo fans in it.
Well, there you go.
I may have called them out and said that this shit's gonna be dead on arrival.
Oh man, Urban said I'm 2 hours late, but wasn't really interested in the topic. Well, that's fine, Urban. Thank you for that.
Hey, Urban, get out of here. Ain't nobody got time for that nonsense comments.
He said you need
bring
to
something to the table, son.
I have stock in this channel, so I got rights. Oh man. All right, my bad, ISO. I'll get right on that. I'll get right on that.
That's all right, love this
what's next? FCAT, that's it.
Yeah, the only thing else, maybe Titanfall 3 is still being worked on, apparently.
Fake news.
Yeah.
I mean,
you see the latest
I feel like every year we hear about Titanfall 3 is being worked on, then EA cancels it like every year.
I wonder what are they afraid of? I wonder, like, do they think it's not?
It's like later this year we're gonna hear EA canceled it.
No, EA's already under fire. EA's already under fire already. They
already canceled it.
No, I'm not talking.
Like twice.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the fake news that is Titanfall 3. That thing's already dead. That went the way of Concord before release. No, EA's under fire because people just found out about the latest bullshit from the next Battlefield game they're working on. They amped up the monetization, the pay to win features. So we all know, like, EA is prone for what is it, the paying shit, the pay to win, all that other bull crap, like Madden. is and all that. Apparently, Battlefield 6 is going to be even more than what people thought. And EA was, or whoever's handling it, basically admitted to it. So I was just like, oh, that game will be dead.
Well, it's unfortunate. Hopefully some fans may like it though. My thing is this. I like when people find a game they like, so hopefully, but listen, this is the thing. I think the company should be able to make whatever game they want. Now, hopefully, no, hear me out. Hopefully, people like your game, right? Because who am I to tell you what games you need to make, right? I'm just a consumer, and I'm gonna play if you could make a game that I like. But the problem is so many different people like different things. So for your game to be successful, you have to grab a large majority of people. So I guess this is why sometimes they do woke stuff, they do this stuff, they do that stuff, because they're trying to grab people. All I want them to do is make a game that they really like and have passion in, and hopefully they'll get people to get the game. Because
you know what game they could make right now that would make a shit ton of money?
Okay.
And they don't even need to make it. It's already out. Wreckfest. Now, I know Wreckfest 2 is in early access and it looks like garbage. But they could make a DLC update, or if let's say Wreckfest 2 gets all the issues and bugs fixed, all they got to do is make a mode or a game map in it where you're just demolishing Teslas. Dude, that'll sell. You could charge. I tell you what, you could charge $60 for that DLC, and everybody will buy it because it's the most hated company right now. You could make not Star Trek. Street Fighter. Remember in the old school Street Fighter games where you have that bonus mode where you're breaking a car? Do that, put a Tesla in there, dude. That thing will sell like hotcakes.
Are people really that mad over the company right now?
Yeah. They're spray painting, they're wiping poo on the cars, they're burning vehicles on purpose. It's just, this country is a mess from what I've seen on the Twitter feed. Now I don't really care about it, but I do watch the funny videos because that's what makes me chuckle. There was some other news out of my buddy Phil Spencer. I was almost slipped up and said Phil Harrison, but nobody's seen or heard from him since the death of Stadia. He went the same way of Concord. But it is, if you think about it, if you think about that, what has been said of Phil Harrison since he announced Stadia's closure? Nothing.
That is crazy. I wonder what is he doing. Let me ask the chat this for you guys who are watching. Give me a list of games you're playing right now currently. I'm curious what games are people playing. But yeah, that is crazy. You're right. Like he pretty much rode off into the sunset. Remember they said he was supposed to be taking over a new division in the UK, or he was moving back to the UK.
But you're telling me, as big a person as he was, as much as he was in the media with the Stadia fiasco, and even if you overlook that and you go and you look at what else he destroyed with like PlayStation, Xbox, everything he's touched, he's ruined. I'm just saying, like, how does the person with that much negativity that was in the media that much, that often, and that hated just magically disappear like he was erased from existence?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Literally, that was all Twitter. He was talked about all over on everything, and then just all of a sudden, poof, gone.
No, he worked for Sony again. He worked for Sony, yeah.
Oh, is that why? That must be why Sony doesn't have any games coming out anymore. Sorry, I could not.
He's helping them with the cloud stuff. Him and Jay Raymond.
To be fair, Elon Musk was live streaming some video game and he quit after a gamer started trolling him.
Sony's got Jade Raymond also. They got both of them. They got Jade Raymond and Phil Harrison.
Oh damn! Look at that. Sony bought Stadia. God damn. We're gonna get Stadia 2.0 before we get GTA 6.
Yeah, I don't know. Any of you guys playing and you guys or people watching playing Monster Hunter Wilds, and anybody face that new creature? Maybe I'll try to face it tonight. They added the new event this past, I think, Friday, and so I'm curious. And Vet, you got to jump in Fortnite one day with me, man. I will. They added some Mortal Kombat stuff where like you could actually fight in the pit and in the.
I know the problem is I don't even know what Fortnite is anymore.
Oh yeah,
all these damn modes, maps, investments from Disney and everything. Man,
Yeah,
I don't know
every-
what the hell. I
Well, they
will say,
always-
speaking of movies, I gotta say, if you haven't gone to see the Minecraft movie, you need to, because holy shitballs, that was one of the
Was it
best
good?
movies I have ever seen. Holy hell yeah, dude! I can understand why it got $301 million at the box office for this past over the weekend. That was one of the best movies I have seen. Disney and that shithole of a company should probably go and watch it. Send all the executives to go watch it so they can understand how to make a real movie. Because
I'm not the
dude,
biggest fan of comedy, so it has to, you know, and I never
it
really
had it doesn't matter. It had a bit of everything sprinkled in it. It was fantastic. The only issue I had were the teenage boys behind me that were hooting and hollering and cheering and clapping and, you know, occasional chants for Steve. Okay, I mean, I may have allegedly also clapped and laughed a bit out loud throughout the movie to the point where my wife was telling me to shut up, but you know, it was 100% worth it.
Well, hold on. Now we about to hold on, just hold on. Give me a
Oh
moment.
damn.
Give me a moment. So, Mr. Ermerl, I told you, you show up speaking that nonsense. I was gonna call you out and pull up your skirt. So this is the thing. I was talking about. I got invited to be a guest on Mystic Fragment show on Friday, and he does a what if show. He does one episode a month, right? So I was this month's episode, and the episode was what if Gamefly, right? You guys all know I've been using Gamefly since 2008. What if Gamefly aligned itself with a publisher? Like, what if Microsoft bought Gamefly, or what if Nintendo, or what if Sony, or what if Activision, whatever, right? Not Activision, because it's Microsoft, or what if EA? So that was my what if. I first came out and said, well, right now, with the news of the Switch 2 being expensive, it would make sense if Nintendo had Gamefly, and then you could rent their games, right? So Urban was saying that, well, my local library, or what he said in general is libraries let you rent games for free, so it's better than Gamefly. So yeah, but the thing is, the Gamefly, the category of games, the amount of games that's on Gamefly, pretty much if a game is on disc for consoles, it's on Gamefly, even cartridges, because you could get Nintendo games also. So he said, well, you could get every game in my library. I said, I'm guarantee you that your library doesn't have the amount of games that Gamefly have. And he went on and on, right? So I said, on Tuesday, show up and I will pull up because he said he could do it online. I said, show up on Tuesday. I'll pull up the link to your local library and let's see all the games they have compared to Gamefly. Now I'm willing to pull up Gamefly and we could just randomly say this game and search and see if it's in Gamefly. So let me know if you're willing to do that, Mr. Urban World. If not, like I said in the Discord, shut your mouth. So I'm going to leave it there. You let me know if you're responding back. I didn't say the library had a bigger selection. I just said that the library was free. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is, however, they do have new titles. So that's my point, though. Let's say I wanted to play South of Midnight. I just want to play it. And if you go into your library and they don't have that, then Gamefly just happened to be on the one up, right? And then also when people say, oh, well, you got to wait to get games in the mail, you still got to go to your library as well, right? Or you could send them in the mail. So at the end of the day, I don't think the library, that was my point. The library is not going to one up Gamefly. Like I get to you, it's free. But again, Gamefly is specific. I might say, I want to play this game, and then I get it from Gamefly. You might walk into the library and just say, I don't know what I want to play, but I'll just see what the library has. Or you could say, oh, I want to play this game. Let me go see if the library has it. Gamefly, it's going to be on there as long as it's on disc. That's the difference with Gamefly. You know what I mean? So I feel like the library is cool. Purple used to talk about her new library when she moved too. But the library isn't beating Gamefly, if that makes sense. So F your Gamefly. I'll see what I can put together for you. All right, I appreciate it, man. All right, so anyways, I think FCAT dropped off. And at that point, unless you guys got anything extra I want to talk about, I'm up to talk about anything. But I'm not the one
All right. Hold on. I got something then.
Okay.
Did you watch Monday Night Raw?
Ooh, I do. No, you know what's funny? Did fall asleep,
Oh
and my
my
wife
God.
watched the whole damn thing, and she was like, "Yeah, you need to watch it." But I do got something. So, actually, yeah, I do. So
Because
hold up.
I wanted your thoughts on the whole. Well, you know it's been going down with the whole CM Punk
I'm
Rollins.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be good because I was like in and out of sleep on that. But let me show
No,
you
no, no,
this.
no. I'm talking. But did you watch SmackDown also though? Because it's all tying together. We've been seeing
Yeah,
this for a while
I
now.
did watch SmackDown, but I just feel
Okay.
like I don't want to get too into it because I have no like last night. I didn't, you know what I mean? That's like,
All right, all right, all right, right.
but check this out. So this, I got a topic for you guys. So this came out. I'm gonna mute it. We don't need to hear it. And what's special about this? Well, nothing. But then it is. So this is
Why am I? Is
I
this
know,
Street
right?
Fighter?
So
What the fuck?
I
What am
saw
I
this. And
watching here?
I saw this and I just shared it as a trailer. And what I didn't realize was this is going to be a brand new 2025 game that looks like I don't know,
Bro,
a,
that
80, a,
a
a
Street
86
Fighter?
game, but it's not. Yeah, it's not Street Fighter. It's what the hell is this game called? Tough Guy Fighting Spirits.
All right. Well,
Now,
my only thing is, and then I'll throw it back is if it
no,
doesn't have
no.
if it don't have Chun Li, I'm sorry. I need that Chun Li in the thighs. Come on now, you can't compete with that.
Listen, I hear you, but check this out.
What the
This
fuck is?
is actually
Wait, where the hell did
going to
Bleem come?
be. Hold on, look. This is
I
actually
haven't
going to
seen.
be a big game that comes out in, well, whenever hell this comes out. But guess what? Look, you see that down there? It's
Yeah.
actually for the actual Sega Genesis. I was like, wait, they're making games, and then it was some smart people in my Discord talking about they've been doing that. I was like, since when? So
But
apparently, there's been some companies that are making games that you could still play on older consoles, and I'm like, so
well,
that's kind of cool.
because retro's coming back. I've always been saying that. I watch
Here's
all
my
of this
thing.
stuff.
So my thing is this. I never cared too much about retro because it pretty much was done and over, right? But if you're making new games, and then that changed the game because it's really not a dead console anymore because it's still is
No,
getting games.
but here's the thing. To go off piggyback off the Genesis, you know they're porting games left and right to the Dreamcast.
Mhm.
Games that were never on the system are getting ported to the system now.
Yeah, I mean that's
I'm,
cool. Like,
but that's what I'm getting at. Like we've got all these $500, $600, $700 consoles, but yet the one that is the systems that are relevant still to this day that have been relevant long before PlayStation 1 and Xbox and then is the retros, the Genesis, the Dreamcast, all of these things. And it's not because yes, it is because they're bringing new games back, but it is also because there's another generation of gamers. It's the Gen Zers. It's
well, yeah,
the
you
Generation
do
Alpha.
get, yeah, you do
But
get some of these.
they're making retro gaming systems relevant again to the point where
Yeah,
you're starting. That's why Atari came out with new systems. That's why they're resurrecting all of their companies are doing this. They're
doing
going
this,
off
yeah.
of the momentum.
Well, this is, to me, this is cool. So if you're gonna start making, because what they're doing, then what's his name? Severance showed me that there's companies that's been making older games, but they'll like clean it up and fix stuff. And so I was like, oh, I mean that. Listen, if you imagine a game you love, like let's just say Shadow Dancer, right? A Shinobi game, and then back in the day it had glitches or it just wasn't. You got what you got back in the day. There was no updates or anything. But then they redid it and made the glitch in the certain stage you faltered or whatever. That's kind of cool,
Well,
So
we got two GTA games on the Dreamcast before we got GTA 6 coming out.
well, I
So,
think the only problem with
and
GTA, only problem with
no, I'm
GTA
just
games.
I don't
Huh?
follow it either, but it's just funny to make fun of GTA 6 because we get a lot of things like we got a brand new Sega Genesis game coming out before GTA 6. Do you think
What about
we would have been on a game show a podcast talking
never,
about a Genesis game? Come on now. Now
never?
I would have been, but that would have been about like 5 years ago before Stadia when I was in the retro community. But I'm always going to preach. I always sit here and will preach that. I do also got to give a shout out to Compulsion Games for South of Midnight, because they did actually repost and like my review / comment that and my photos that I dropped on Blue Sky. So I got to props for
Yo,
that
you know what's crazy? What happened to me today? My pool. So I made a video just about my pool, and I gave credit to the company that came to clean my pool. Yep. And the guy, when he came by, and I was like, hey, I made a video and all that, you have to check it out. So the manager of the store texted me or emailed me and asked me, could they use my video and promotional materials? That was kind of cool.
Oh shit. Oh, look at you go. Wow. You about to get paid the big bucks now. You moving from YouTuber to celebrity, full on celebrity.
Oh, I mean, I don't know about that. It's just
cool, and all it took was my voice telling you to go after Purple Haze and some has been Doc Dark, and look where you are now.
Listen, I've always been a give credit where credit is due.
Hey, look,
1,000%.
I'm just glad you didn't actually show the photo that I sent you. The screenshot, because I was like, dude, if that somehow comes out and he finds out that shit was, I mean, let's be real, bro, guys on the internet, you already know somebody's bound to do that. I got other videos, hey, at least it wasn't his drawers. I mean, damn.
I had this video. Yeah. I don't know what I did with it. It was some kids, man. They did some crazy stuff. They it was on something. My wife
go way down.
I don't know where it's at, but some kids had beat up this old lady, and they had no remorse whatsoever. And so the whole thing was like, should they get tried as an adult? Now I don't know.
Was it in Florida? Because that wouldn't surprise me at all.
I don't know where it was at, but it's funny because I actually even put it in the title of the show originally. And
I don't know, but I'm still very tempted to come up with a show, a rip-off, a knockoff version of like a redneck version of ridiculousness, because there's plenty of shit on, and I don't even need YouTube for this. I know that's where he gets all his video content is from YouTube. I could just steal it from X. There's enough crap on there from people doing dumb shit all the time that I would love to just sit here and get a round table of people to make fun of that shit.
I mean, it's something to be said, like the shorts. Like I got into that whole I was doing shorts here. I'm gonna actually show it. Called
here, actually I'll send you one. It's like 2 seconds, so it's a YouTube short I put up, but I don't think it's done very well.
Okay.
But most of my YouTube shorts are tied to like gaming content lately. But let's see.
Here. Oh, let me go to my channel.
And I got 18. Yeah, it still sucks. That's 18 views. That's garbage.
So you guys remember, I used to do a thing called Dog.
Oh, dude, I remember your YouTube stuff, your shorts.
I used to do this right here. Let me make sure. Yeah, there you go. So I did. I had like 36 of them, like episodes, and I would just go. My wife. It started with my wife watching TikTok, and I'm sitting next to her, and I would always see all this crazy stuff. I don't know why I get pleasure out of people's pain. So I was just like, I'm about to start making these. Every time she's watching something, I'm like, send me that, and I don't know why I stopped. Now YouTube is actually changing. They're giving you more views now for your shorts, like double. So before I was getting like 400, 500 views. Now I'm getting like 1,000. So maybe I need to bring this back. But anyway, I'll play. I think it's episode 18. Check this out.
What would you do?
Dad, I got this. If we broke in your house.
Damn it, dude. Hey, I used to get videos galore finding that shit with the toothpicks and everything. Oh my god.
Okay. Actually,
people are fucking stupid.
I actually got in trouble with this one. So people was getting on me. I will back this up. What I was told was that video clip I was just about to show, people actually died in that one. So somebody was like, "Yo, man, that's not cool." So here.
Hey, you know what? I would have still put that shit up on the internet.
I mean, I didn't take it down, but dang.
Damn.
Hey, excuse me. Nana. Are you doing dishes? I hope so.
What the fuck? Why can't you do shit like that, Zoe? Come on now, God.
Puppy, puppy.
Those are dead puppies.
Jesus.
But anyway,
I sent you the link for the one that I put up there. Like I said, it's literally 2 seconds long. It's the stupidest thing. If you want to use that shit, go for it, man. 'Cause you could easily use that as an intro for something and be like, I got a really big announcement. Drop that thing and then go into whatever it's gonna be.
hold on, can I play the music? Well, it's only 2
Yeah.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it. That's it. I just want people to be like, what the fuck is this shit? Because you're gonna watch that and be like, and then you're gonna think, like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Right. Well, that was the thing I had each time. You know, I had the dog pumping. That's why I called it dog pump. He's like,
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
4
man.
subs away from 10.5K. God damn. Even after
Oh,
purging
wow.
some of my nonsense, I still get the haters.
Well, you know what's crazy? I didn't want to say nothing yet, but I'm waiting for the damn. Hold up. I might be messed up with the numbers, so maybe you can help me out.
I'm not even monetized, and I'm pushing those numbers.
I have yet to get a little. They always send me one of them little emails, but
Oh, for the how you've done for the month. Yeah, I got one of those recently.
yeah. But correct me if I'm wrong, right? Doesn't this at the very bottom, right here? Doesn't this say I finally cracked 1 million views? Right? Is that 1 million?
Hold on.
1,000,991.
Hold on. I'm old, man. I gotta get these.
I'm like, that's 1 million, right?
Yeah. Yep. You did. You sure did.
Damn. So I wanted to post like I hit 1 million, but I didn't get that little. You know, they send out the little thing. So I wanted.
Oh
to
yeah.
I'm like, where the hell?
I mean, I'm at. Well, shit.
You started your channel over.
Yeah, I mean, I had to start over. So, and even with me starting over, I've not done too bad. I mean, my channel's gotten 220,000 views in almost a year.
Right.
That's not bad I got 10,500 subscribers. But I've gotten 220,000 views. Now, granted, all the subscribers I did what YouTube told me. They were like, just put up some shorts. We don't care what it is. It'll get you subs. I'm like, okay. So I did that, and now I got the subscribers that don't watch the live content. But I'm starting to get up there though. No, you're not.
Shorts will do that. ISO said my channel views are rough because I changed to get themes again. Now that will happen. Like before I left New Jersey, I was on a roll with what I was doing. And when I left New Jersey, I decided I wasn't gonna do live streams anymore. I stopped doing the cowboy thing, and I have yet to still make money consistently anymore. I was making a check every single month, and now I get close and I don't make it, so I get paid like every 2 months. So it definitely switching up the themes will ding you. You know.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, but I've always been a variety streamer, so I'm not really concerned about it. It's the shorts that I'm trying to figuring that stuff out. Because like I had the EA Sports, the NHL 25 coming to Xbox. That got me 177. But then I dropped Microsoft's AI generated replica of Quake 2 that using Copilot in a browser got 600 views. But I've got a separate channel I don't do anything with. That channel alone, just one video on that channel, and I'll send you the link.
What do you want me to pull up your channel you're talking about now? Your regular channel?
No. This is I got one video you can pull up. Let me figure out how to hit there it is. Okay. Now you can really freak some people out with this video if you pause it immediately. Like this video is only 10 seconds long, and I'll break it down with what the numbers are.
I'm like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, hit the play and pause it. Yeah, that. Now when you play it, that's some weird ass shit going on there.
What the?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that was made with AI. That video is 10 seconds long, right?
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
you start with a dog and a lady. You end up with an Asian dude. It's a weird video, and now that video is 10 seconds long. The average watch time for that video is 13 seconds. It's longer than the damn video
On the
itself.
video.
There's
Yeah.
so many things wrong with this video and what AI can do. But
It's
that
crazy.
video, now the channel that's associated with only has 443 subs, right? That video has that YouTube short has 289,524 views.
Dang.
And it was, hold on. Well, the boy opened it again. So it was published. I posted that one September 16th last year. And that damn thing continues. I get emails every day, constantly, from people
Right.
subscribing or liking that damn video. Like, and it's not the shorts feed. I'm not getting 95% of my views from that video. I got 10,278 views just in the last 48 hours. But all of my views, 95% of them are coming from YouTube search. People are looking for that weird ass thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even understand it.
I just like my videos anyway because the interactive portion and likes from the community is way better. My old videos would get views but barely interaction. No, I mean, you know what? It's all on what you want out of this. Like that, you're really good with that. You always have people interacting with you, you know, and I like that too. Like I don't, you know what it is? I think it's people like.
It's the entertainment stuff. That's what I go for. Like, yeah, I want to make money. I'd love to get this channel monetized at some point and see how many videos I got to start tinkering with for audio, because basically all of them are going to probably be flagged. But I also don't really, I pay attention, yes, to the games and things like that, to what I stream, but I cater to everything, whether it's PlayStation. I don't do much PlayStation gaming, but I do like retro. I will do the Xbox. I'll do the GFN. I'll do local. I'll do Linux.
What I'm saying is,
well, let her in.
So
no, I know what she needs.
For me,
hang on, I'll be right back. All right.
For me, I think the thing is cool is that I like pretty much.
Doesn't she need to go to the bathroom?
I pretty much like to interact with you guys. That's my thing, right? Like my job pays my bills, right? So YouTube doesn't pay my bills. I don't even pay attention to what I even spend my YouTube money on. It just goes into my account, into my spend account, my play account, right? But I do it for, this is my social time. So like you, ISO, I want to come on here and just kind of chat with you guys, catch up with you guys, talk about gaming, talk about whatever, talk about wrestling. So for me, like I do my daily vlogs, right? I just like, you know, I'm addicted to vlogging, just putting my life on here because I get to go back. Like even now, this shirt is all faded, right? So I'm going to make a new shirt. So my wife friend makes shirts. So she's like, oh, well, send me the pictures. I now I'm trying to find like a picture when I had the back. So I'm asking my wife, like, well, what Christmas did you get me this for, right? And so she's trying to figure it out, because that's the cool thing. I could always go find where I, you know, had whatever, you know what I mean? So, you know, stuff in my life. It's like whenever we're trying to figure something out, I'm always able to be like, oh, let me go to the video. You know, it's kind of crazy that my life has been on video. But yeah, I mean, this channel substitute, like I'm new in Florida. I don't know anybody out here besides my realtor and
what
my wife.
I got a guy that you could meet up with.
No, I'm good.
I know who you know what I'm talking about.
I know, yeah. No, I'm good. No, I'm good.
I was like, I think he does podcasts.
No, I'm good. But so this is my outlet. This literally is my social outlet. And you guys, you know, I mean, the world is changing, right? Like before I felt like, man, I'll go outside in the real world. It's like, dude, this kind of fits my needs just as
Dude,
much
I
as
fucking hate people, but I have a different persona when I'm online, when I'm streaming. And it's not just the streaming that helps it. It's more that it's my outlet for my PTSD and my shit from the military. So that is where I put all that energy into that, because otherwise I would literally be some crazy bearded mountain man, living up here with a shotgun and a pit bull, yelling at people to get off my land.
I said, so yeah, I definitely rather have people commenting, etc., with lower views than a video with more views, but no one commenting. No, yeah, I mean, honestly,
No,
that's me.
I've
Like,
got, and I've got friends in the cozy gaming community still. Even after I moved on from it, I still have maintained friends there,
that's
and I know
cool.
a few of them that have one's over 100,000, one's probably pushing towards 50, one's pushing
Mhm.
towards 20,000, and the one that's over 20,000, when she goes live, she has easily 2 to 500 people every time in the chat chatting away. I would never be able to handle that. I barely did that. I almost
Yeah,
freaked out and shut down when I had 2 channels raid me at once and I had 500 people in my stream. I didn't know what the fuck to do. There was
yeah,
just a constant bombardment of chat. And like, I'm like, well, yeah, it'd be cool to be at that level. I also don't want to be at that level because
no, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have.
So one thing I would hate, right, is to have to say the people chat I'm gonna read, you gotta super chat me. I would hate to do that, right? Because when you get that big, that's what people do. I think the
Yep.
most people I ever had watching was like 28, at a time, one
I
time.
had 498, even with slow mode enabled. That does like, and I know all three of them have slow mode on sometimes. But when you have 500, 200, 300, 400, 500 people in your chat, slow mode does not slow it down like
What
you think
what
it does.
what slow mode?
It slows the chat, so you have to wait 60 seconds at a time before you can like if I type a message in your chat and you had it on, I'd have to wait another 60 seconds before I could type again.
Okay,
And
got you.
when you have 500 people in a chat, that does not work that well. Like
Right.
it's still just it's like going on
Yeah,
a
'cause
Dr.
think about it.
Disrespect stream.
One person probably taking 60 seconds, but those other 80 people that's writing at the same time, and then the
Oh
other
yeah,
80
dude.
people.
It's crazy. Like, and the thing people don't realize is for your channel to like start really picking up the pace is it's when you are trying to get to that 1,000, it seems like forever. And it is. It's a fucking grind.
Right.
But then once you break past that 1,000, it's real easy to get to 2 and to 3. But once you hit that 5K, you will hit 10K in a matter of minutes because it's weird. And I've seen this with YouTube. I've done it multiple times. I mean, everybody knows how many times I've had to restart my damn channel for, either my own shit, trolls, Brandon, whoever, Jeff, numerous times and things like that. But every time it's always been the same. Once I get that 1,000 and I can get to 2, it's YouTube puts you in a different category when you hit 5K and they speak you have more their broadcast you more once you're over that 5,000
Right.
because you're just bigger. When you
Yeah,
hit
they can make. Yeah,
10K,
they can make. Look, say it plainly. They can make more money on you. So why not?
exactly. Even if you're not monetized, they will still make money on you if you are, especially if you're over 10K and you choose. Let's
No.
say I hit.
Here's the thing. This is what's especially they're able to make money on you, and they get 100%. Once you're monetized, they only get 30%.
Yeah,
So
they will like my channel. Like like I haven't gone under my watch time hours, my views. My views are up in the last 28 days. They've stayed over 20,000 views. My watch time hours are like 542 hours in the last 28 days. They stay that level every month.
yeah.
For the last 3
You
months,
know,
they've stayed that
I-
because
you
I'm
know,
over 10,000 subscribers. YouTube's
right.
making a killing off the ads that they get to run in my, and I don't even know
Yeah.
about it because I don't see it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I heard how I hurt myself also is so once I moved from Jersey to Florida, I also said I want my daily videos to be 5 minutes or less. YouTube want them to be 8 minutes at least so they could have the maximum amount of ads on
Yeah.
them. But I personally just feel like I don't want people to try to watch for that long anymore. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'll literally like my one video with Purple Haze. I had 19 minutes of footage and I got it down to what 11 minutes 30 seconds. Like I always have so much more stuff I record, but I try my best to get it down. I'm getting really good at my editing and just getting used to saying, okay, no one cares about this part. It might be sentimental to me, but this part I don't think really needs to stay. I got really good at that stuff. Like my zoo video or
Yeah.
alligator farm video I put out today. I had
So
23 minutes and I brought that down to like a 6 minute, 30
yeah,
second video.
but see, that's the thing. Even with my videos, I don't edit that shit. If I do, I just trim out the start. Like if I know I'm gonna record a video, I don't do the start menu. Sometimes I don't even bother with the start scene now. That way I don't have to edit that out
Right.
afterwards. because I'm just it's a lot with the amount of content I put out. I don't have that kind of. I mean, I do have the time, but I'm just fucking
Right.
lazy. Let's be real. So this is my stream from today, the one I just pinned. But go to, I don't know if it'll be at the 56-second mark or minute mark, but speed it up to 56 minutes 51 seconds. That's something new that YouTube is doing for content creators. I haven't seen anybody using it, so I figured I would.
Well, yeah, I'm always loving like when they email me something new. So I love to hear something
Well,
new.
I didn't. Oh goddamn! Look at that.
All right, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Oh, you gotta cut my music. I can't hear my voice, dude. I fucking hate that. I hate the sound of myself.
Curly-headed
Oh.
Dinkelberg.
But what did you do? So,
Go to the 50. Go up to 51 seconds on that. You're like 40. You got to speed it up just a bit because I was about to take a break, but yeah, right there's good. Right there. That's a new feature. Hit yeah. YouTube has that built into the studio now, so you don't even have to have your own thing. They give you
know what's
a
funny?
link.
I told
you can
somebody
pin
the
it
other
into the
day, I
browser
was like,
source.
I told somebody the other day, I said, why don't you stream? Oh, my friend Big Mike. I was like, why don't you just stream directly to YouTube? And I was like, they added a bunch of new features. I believe you can have one guest come on now through YouTube, right? Did
I think so. I'll have to double
they
check.
were
But
going to add that. So you're streaming directly from YouTube?
No. So in the YouTube studio, so like if you go live on PC wherever you go live, like how you're right now, you're just using a studio or web-based software. You can still access the YouTube Live Studio on the browser on your computer. If you go to that,
Well, I know you can do that,
but yeah, there's a spot where in the YouTube settings that you can add that feature now.
Okay, wait. I'm going to go to my actual stream
Live
that's
studio.
playing right now. Right? And
Oh, no, that's not what I want.
So what do I?
So if you're at your, where the hell is your?
Yeah, I'm on it right
So
now.
at your video, there should be when you hit your link, at the very top, like where the bell is at the top of the browser. Okay, let me go to that so I can.
So you're talking about this, right?
Yep. You got to go to the live studio part, not that one, but it'll be where you could like schedule stuff. So go click the channel, click that back. Yep, click that.
Okay.
I got mine open. Just hit the create button and hit go live because it'll take you to where you need to go then. Then I can show you where to go from there. Okay, so click on your video that's live right now.
Okay.
And then now click the little pinwheel that says settings, right where that blue arrow is showing. Down on the bottom right, bottom left.
Oh yeah, okay.
All the way at the bottom. Yep, click that. Right there. Live monetization settings. You get to do that now. I can do that as well. Can actually. Oh no, that's something for you. That's you.
How do you do the break though?
Go to the next one, the one down below. I don't have access to the monetization settings. That right there is the BRB. You can add your own, or you can just use theirs. If you use theirs, click.
Wait, I could click on this right now.
Yep, click next or the save button, and what it'll do is it should give you. You'll copy that link and add it to you'll add a browser source for your Be Right Back. And then when you're done with that, there'll be a little thing at the top here. Once you copy that and then hit the close button.
Okay, I'm copying it. I'll close it out. Now what?
Where's the software you use? The live streaming. Okay, Streamlabs. That's my.
I'm on it right now though. Like I don't know where there's even a space I could enter.
Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna open up.
I'm using Talk Studios.
Yeah, I know. I got the same thing. Under videos and outros. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me see. Because that might not. It might not work with this one because it doesn't give you the option for that. But if you were using one that lets you use a browser source, right? You can pin that in there, and then
like OBS.
Yeah, basically, and you'll just make a scene. I'll have to look into seeing if it does. I have my own copy of this software as well because I got it for free or lifetime for $100 back in the day. But then there's in that studio section where you copied that link at the very top next to the little thing that lets you put an ad in your thing. There's one that says it'll be like a stopwatch and it says take a break, and it gives you the option of 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 5 minute break. And it puts those scenes up for you.
Here's what's cool about this though. If I click on video, you got this stuff. Now I don't see anything that says break though. Or there. Let me see. I got for watching. So it's kind of cool. You got a bunch. I don't see anything that says makes sense.
I don't know if this one has it. That's the thing. And with
Yeah, look like
tell,
that you
and
got.
I think theirs is basic. Restream might have it, but I don't know with Talk Studio. It's been shit. The last time I used Talk Studio was when Ray and I had our final episode of our Two Defenders.
Yeah,
which
my
will
thing
be
is
back
I
in,
just like
we'll be back in August.
Yeah, I just like to make my own stuff. To be honest with you, like I made this.
Yeah. It's cool though to have that option for creators that aren't really good with that kind of stuff.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
For someone that's just starting, if you're using Streamlabs, if you're using OBS, or whatever software, and you don't have all that fancy BRB shit, you just have a live and an end scene. There you go.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm hoping that they're if that's how they're doing a Be Right Back. I'm hoping that eventually they will add a start scene and an outro as well. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, because I made my starting soon. So what it does is pop in my little intro, and then it has the whole, the upbeat music. So this kind of.
And now your mama knows.
Welcome to. So I got my little intro, and then once the intro ends, then I got the whole little starting soon.
So the other thing that it has that option for the overlay for breaks, you can use the default that YouTube provides you, but you can also, there's another choice which says choose from your videos. And what that does is just you pick a video from that you already have. So if, like for me, like if I go live with South of Midnight, I'm just going to put the trailer for it. If I'm going to play Enzoy, I'm going to use the Enzoy trailer. Like that's why I think would be awesome if they do an intro one overlay and an outro, an intro especially, because then you could use I could use the trailers that I put up for some of these games. I would love to be able to use a trailer like that instead of having it running on my PC. It would just be accessing it via the browser source, which would be awesome. But I have highlights from different things, so I could easily force people to watch my shitty highlights of like my Xbox cloud gaming edition of my terrible college football gameplay, or if I was doing retro gaming, I could put up some Ninja Turtles arcade, TMNT arcade, or I know there are other people that do way better montage videos of their content. I'm not one of them. I do the bare minimum, so that overlay is great for me. I can set it to go, hey, I'm going 5 minutes and I'm out. Or I know I've got 3 minutes to run, grab a drink, get back, and then. But it does give you the choice of extending that time as well, which is also neat to see.
Well, speaking of out, I'm about to be out myself. I want to play some Monster Hunter. So this is my Monster Hunter Tuesdays. I want to, try to see if I don't think I'm gonna get to level 50, but at least put a little dent in it.
What she was doing
so
there. You just left her out and didn't pay attention to her.
Oh, she's fine.
She's fine.
She's a dog.
She's fine.
Hold on. Oh fuck! I got dog drool. Hold on. Where's my? Let me do this.
Speaking of that, be right back.
All right. Let's do original. Hey, come here, Zoe. You know what? Fuck it. Let's move this fucking webcam. There we go. Zoe, sit. Sit. Dog.
Glad Josie wasn't here to try to jump through the damn screen.
Oh, if she saw a dog on there, I could put videos of her barking, and she will still try to bite the TV or whatever, wherever she sees her.
Same thing with my dog.
All this damn shit here got to get packed up soon. So sad.
So sad.
Luckily, my monitor, my other monitor, the computer down there, all that shit. I gotta fucking start boxing shit up. Oh, since I'm gonna show. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but I gotta start boxing. We gotta start packing and shit soon. Because
Damn.
2 months comes by, moves by. 2 months moves
Yeah, man.
quickly.
The end of another era.
Yep, and there might be one more in 3 years when the country really goes to shit. When with the next election, I might just say fuck it, move out of the country and go north or south. I'm not sure which.
If I ever had to leave the U.S., I would want to go to Australia.
They don't allow Americans in there. From what I've told, they said we're too stupid. And Canada, I've said stuff about Canada, but I also know that they have restrictions on Americans. If you're a criminal or retarded, they don't, or whatever, you have medical issues, they don't allow you in there because they don't want you to be a leech on society. And I'm like, oh, well, damn, that's half this country. So I was like, my other option I've been keep pushing is like, I just want to go to the islands. Let's just move to the Virgin Islands. We'll go to the U.S. side because then I don't need a passport or nothing. But my other issue then is I got to deal with hurricanes. So I'm like, I need a place where there's no hurricanes, there's no cold weather. It's just nice all year round. And I'm like, that doesn't exist.
Come to Jacksonville, Florida. We escaped the hurricanes.
Man, I ain't moving back to Florida. I already did that once. I was born there. I mean, granted, that was the East Coast side, and it was a shithole then. I'm sure it's worse now because I know Broward County is way worse. It's always in the news. That's where the crazy people live. I think that's actually where GTA 6 is filmed. Was Broward County. I honestly don't know.
What's going on, Rain? Rain, I'm trying to end the stream, but we keep bringing up other stuff. But yeah, because I actually want to play Monster Hunter. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Vet, any last things you want to say before we rock and roll, man?
Nah, we good. We good. We laid the smack down.
We did.
Purple Haze. Doc Dark was too scared to even show up on this.
Doc was terrified. Once he seen you on here, he was like, "Oh, it's both of them."
Yeah, like look. I know I popped into Doc Dark's stream. I made a few comments. I showed up on his videos, made some comments. He shows up here, just grabs popcorn. He's too scared to show up on the and Purple Haze on here. Come on now. Some people got it, some people don't. Look, I can't help it that I'm a revolutionary and a visionary. I'm the voice of the gamer for a reason. Copyright pending. I'm getting all that shit copyrighted. I got to talk to H about that shit.
But all right, guys, if you guys play Monster Hunter, definitely stick around. I'll be playing some of that, and probably about no, it won't be more than 20 minutes. I'm probably gonna just get off this, lay in the bed, and then be like, get something to drink. Like, okay, let me jump back on. But yeah, it'd be cool. But guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Everybody that was on the panel, Vet, and everybody else, everybody in the chat, thank you. Vet, thank you for the donation.
Yep, as always.
Man, I appreciate it. Rain the Collector, thank you as well. And it was fun. Thanks, Purple, for coming on. You know what? She came on. It wasn't animosity. She was in character. I mean, that was funny.
She stayed in character longer than I thought she would. She had me fucking rolling with that. And then to see her go back to normal Purple Haze, and then when she's leaving, like a switch, and just flipped it right back. Man, I was like, damn, I
was shocked. She had a hat on. She had the gun. I was like, whoa.
Hey, she better, at least hopefully it wasn't loaded. But
I know, right?
You never know about them crazy Texans.
I don't know if for real. I don't know if this stream gonna get demonetized for that or not, but we'll see. They're like, you gotta get that part out.
Hey, you be good. I had this big ass gun on stream numerous times and knives and everything. They don't care.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are nothing less than epic. It's YouTube, baby. It's what we do. Well, that's on everything. Everything other than
mostly YouTube, but yeah.
See you guys in the next one. And until then, hopefully I don't do anything mean or crazy because of Vet. I'm blaming everything on Vet from here on out.
Oh, man.
I might just have to put you in the video. Like, I'll come on and be like, before anything goes further, it's his
really big announcement. It's my fault. Damn right it is.
Big major announcement. It'll be you like,
just Bring the heat to my channel. That's fine. It
That's
is what it is.
That's it. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Good night, Mama.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And now your mama knows.
Welcome to Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment, where everything is in real life, no characters, no filters, just Anthony L. Lewis. What to expect is me meeting people, going to different places, and checking out a bunch of different things, be it movies, restaurants, or anything else. Oh, and one of my favorite hobbies are video games, so I guess we'll be doing some of that too. Well, I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to some more people so they can get in on this Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment.
And now your mama knows.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now your mama knows.
Bruce! Unleash the baby god dragon!